So, how's everybody doing?
You got like hella notes over
She
there.
came in with a notepad. I was like, oh
prepared.
shit.
No, I don't even know these.
Usually I'm the only one with notes.
I'm a winger, man.
This is a bunch of recipes for food.
Oh.
And
breakfast food.
if you guys didn't know, it is Nicolette's birthday.
I see
Is it really?
that. Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday!
you.
I didn't even know. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. It's okay.
Birthday
I've never
podcast.
looked at the birthday things on Facebook, so I
I've
have no
just
idea.
seen it.
Yeah.
I forgot though that quickly.
Is your celebration? Is this podcast?
How old are you?
25.
25.
Aww.
Happy
You're
birthday.
You're
Yeah, thank
scientifically,
you.
officially an adult now.
Yeah, I know.
Your frontal lobe is fully developed.
You can rent a car now, I think.
Halfway. Yeah, I can finally rent a car.
Oh my
So
God.
when I go to California.
Oh my
rent
god, a
car.
cake. Now,
Oh, we're gonna
I was
sing
gonna
to
say,
her?
all you think is you want a piece of cake now, huh? I did get paper plates and a knife in case we decide to eat it at some point.
Thank you.
Are we gonna sing or no? I don't know.
Y'all don't gotta go through all that.
Are we really great
We
singers?
should
I'm terrible.
do it.
I'm the worst singer.
I'm really
I can't hold
awkward
a tune.
when the nah,
I'm actually
let's
very
just
good,
skip
but
it.
I'm
Thank
just
you
don't
though.
do it.
Well, the fact that you would get really awkward kind of makes me want to.
Because
if you're more awkward than us, that's fine.
We should have
like,
did like
you just
the
sit
Texas
there.
Roadhouse one.
Right, like I felt awkward even about the thought of singing on here. Now I'm like, well, if she's gonna feel real awkward, it
Dude,
might be
we're
worth
doing
it.
a full Texas Roadhouse line.
Dude.
It's-
When I worked at Texas Roadhouse
Oh,
as
no.
a server, and I would get somebody to do it for me because I hate doing it.
Yeah, I would never.
You had to lead it. I would never lead it because
Yeah.
it terrified me.
They would never get me.
Terrifying.
They would never be able to get me to do the
I
dance.
couldn't.
I never danced ever.
I hate.
I've never danced
like,
one time.
I hate the idea of like having them come sing me happy birthday.
You
like,
see him
I
come in
don't
the
want
distance.
none
It's
of
just like,
it.
oh,
I know. It's like
No
when
way.
they put you on that thing before that cow thing that they had.
You mean the saddle?
The
The
saddle.
saddle,
Somebody-
the cow thing.
Somebody did that to me years ago. I was like, dude, if you guys tell them it's my birthday, I'm gonna get up and
I'm gonna
walk out
kill
as
you.
soon as they get here, and you're gonna feel stupid. And they're like, no, you won't. And they did, and I was like, I'm
I'm
out.
out.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
I am not
Like
doing
now
all
y'all
that.
look dumb.
Throw
and you're- now y'all
Throw
have
up
to
when they
sit in
walk
this
towards you.
embarrassing situation.
It's too extra.
Yeah, I don't-
At Garden Grill, they'll come up and be like, "Hey, we got a birthday. What do you guys do for people's birthdays?" I'm like, "Well, you can get a dessert, but we don't sing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
Ain't
happening."
this place.
Yeah, like look around.
No, it's
You're
way
gonna eat
too
part.
Are you really
classy
happy to
for
be
that.
here?
Right.
Too classy.
I'm letting this dog roam free. We'll see how she does. I actually was on a date with a girl one time, and she had told me during it that she had never actually had some. It wasn't her birthday, but she said she had never had somebody
Sing happy birthday to her?
tell them at the restaurant
You
that it
told
was
them?
her birthday. Oh yeah, she went to the bathroom. I told him as soon as she went to the bathroom.
You're,
No second date?
you're a horrible person.
Oh no, we dated for a while.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
She was
Too
super
bad then.
embarrassed. It was great.
Did they bring her like a dessert?
Yeah, they brought her dessert. It
Well,
was
then that's
also a
why.
crazy Mexican, so she had to wear that big ass hat.
Oh Jesus.
It was good. All right. Well, maybe we should get into some UFC.
Right.
Maybe.
That's why we're here.
I guess that's what we
We
do.
can start with Corey Anderson versus Melvin Manhoff from Bellator, though.
Yeah.
No,
I
don't.
didn't
No,
watch
terrible fight.
I actually didn't watch
No,
it.
don't
at all.
watch that fight. It was really bad.
Was
Did
it?
you watch it, Nicola?
I watched just like the highlights of it, but I didn't.
It was
watch
like
the fight.
45-year-old, like underweight Melvin Manhoff getting like grappled by Corey Anderson for like it's just like
He ended up KOing him though, didn't he? Or
it was
he
like
submit
a
him.
shit. It was a shitty stop. Like it
Yeah.
was a boring stoppage. Anyway, it was just like pounding on
Yeah.
the ground. But yeah, it was just like really embarrassing. Bellator like hasn't had good fights in a while.
Yeah,
No, but
Bellator keep
we're-
pumping
I-
out the hits.
I got something for. There's coming up this weekend. I think it's this weekend.
What is
Yeah.
it? What's the
The
fight?
not welterweight, the featherweight Grand Prix.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
we're
what
gonna
we
get
can
into
put.
that a little bit and figure out who's fighting who in that. We don't pay as much attention to Bellator, but we might as well hit the Grand Prix. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like something you should touch
It's hard
on.
enough for me to keep up with watching UFC. Anymore.
Sometimes, yeah.
I've been trying to watch like LFA and everything now too, and it's like, oof.
It's a lot, yeah.
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 I watched the fights last night after I got home from work. Had a decent little buzz going.
Ugh.
It was a fun little evening.
Yeah, I had.
I'm sure you
more
had a
than
good
a little
buzz.
buzz. I was a little.
I was perfectly
Little
sober.
drunk.
You guys are out of your mind.
I'm the only person that can say that and probably was actually sober.
Correct.
You say
Yeah, I
what?
was not sober. I was the
Say
furthest
lying.
thing
You might have been
from.
sober. I don't
I
know.
was sober. I mean,
Relatively, right?
You weren't drinking.
yes.
All right. Well, let's get into it. UFC Fight Night, Santos versus Teixeira. And we will start at strawweight with Claudia Gadella versus Jan. I'm not even going to try to say that last name.
Zanown?
I was
Zanown?
pretty impressed with
Zanown?
Yawn,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, she looked good.
She looks really good.
I just hate
We should
Claudia.
say it was a decision.
She looks terrible, Claudia.
She literally gassed.
Yeah.
Like in the second round, she looked so tired.
It was a unanimous decision, correct?
I believe.
I
Yeah.
believe so,
Yeah. So Jan wins by unanimous decision. And, yeah, Claudia did gas, but I think it's because she was putting so much effort into takedowns, and Jan was actually defending them pretty well. And I think the first round, Jan was getting her on the feet a little bit.
And she was one.
Claudia
one's
took
up
her
back.
down, looked like Claudia was going to do well on the ground. Then all of a sudden it was like, man, did Jan win that round from her back?
Well,
We were
yeah,
just
she was
talking about that
throwing
last week
elbows
with the
and-
full
Just
guard.
like-
And that's the time when she's turning that full guard into a dominant position.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're being offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was kind of fucking her up. Like,
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
round, Claudia's face did not look quite the same.
In the like that damage, it's like that gasses you out more if your gassing is already bad. If you're getting hit and you sort of can't even get your offense off, you're gonna be sapped from trying to maintain position and posture up. And if you can't even do that, you're gonna be even more tired than the person under you.
Yeah, and Jan's defense off the fence was very, very nice. Like she kept trying to take her to the fence, and,
Yeah.
and she was just able to keep turning her hips out and able to.
And her head control is
Keep
pretty
it.
nice, keeping her head higher than Claudia's head.
And I
good
think when
strikes.
you're the shorter fighter, trying to get a takedown from double underhooks is a little bit more difficult. I think you kind of need to go down to
Yeah,
the
well,
hips, down
yeah,
to
still
you
up
know what I mean.
together.
Like how up are you
Yeah.
going to be able to lift them if
Yeah.
you're a shorter
You have
fighter?
to like.
Yeah.
And I feel like Claudia's like digressed since her like title
Oh, yeah.
aspirations. It's just like she's not even the same fighter. She used to be a lot more physical, a lot more explosive. I don't like her either.
I can't
but
stand her.
she was a lot better at one point, and she was a lot
right.
more.
Her fights with Joanna.
She dropped Yana with a jab, I believe, back in the day, which is crazy to me.
She might.
Speaking of a jab, Jan's
Yeah.
jab.
Yeah.
This is the first fight I've noticed her in, and I was impressed, dude. I think she could be a interesting contender.
Yeah,
up
I was
there.
really impressed. She's probably swinging right down to number 4 or 5 in the division, and I look forward to seeing her fight.
Yeah.
I thought she did great.
Me
too. Is that-
Striking looked great. Her ground defense looked good. Like I said, she may have even won a round
Are
from
they
her back.
115?
We have 115.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
wants to fight
strawweight.
Wei Li,
Yeah,
countrywoman.
I think it's would be the first like all Chinese fight, like
That'd be cool.
title fight.
That'd
In
be
the UFC,
crazy
yeah,
for
probably.
China to get one champion. If she were to beat Wei Li somehow, and then you
Yeah.
have another champion come out of China.
I mean, that's a more compelling matchup than some of the other fights in the division. I think at this point, like Rose is gonna get her title shot.
I
too.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
she
love
got to get by
Rose.
Rose, dude.
That's
Yeah.
my girl.
I love Rose, but like it troubles me that she also gasses out in the third round now. She gassed out in the third round against Andrade.
Yeah, but that's just
Andrade's
that
a
is
truck.
one fight though. You know what
What-
I mean?
And
She got something-
Andrade is a tank who just keeps coming at
Right,
you.
it's different
like-
pace with Andrade.
Yeah,
Andrade.
she's got a different kind of pressure.
Yeah, she won't put that kind of pace on her.
Right, yeah, I think if she can control the pace of her fight, she's a lot better. But like Andrade is maybe just a bad stylistic matchup in terms of like
For anybody,
Yeah.
really.
being so imposing.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna go to a featherweight fight. I'm gonna go ahead and say this like this: Chickadees
He's good.
Crazy.
versus Jamie Simmons. It was a first round KO TKO.
Nice.
I will
Nice
say
finish.
he is good, but
Yeah.
also Jamie Simmons' first fight in the UFC,
Yeah.
known as a wrestler. Definitely could tell he was known as a wrestler.
Yeah.
He didn't look very impressive at all.
No.
He didn't look like he was ready for this.
Honestly, there was like nothing happening up until the knockout for me. I'm
Few
like,
kicks
this
from-
is like pretty uneventful.
Yeah.
Bang!
Yeah.
Done.
Simmons was just trying to play defense. One thing I did note on here is Simmons, cut your fucking hair, because you kept playing with it. Like if your hair's gonna make
when
you
you're-
keep wiping your face away,
Or just
Get-
have it
get rid of
Especially
it.
if you're a
Braided.
can. If you're a can and you have long hair,
right?
Yeah.
and it
You
fucks
don't
up
you
your
don't need to be.
Yeah.
You're not Benson
Yeah,
Henderson.
if you're Benson Henderson in top 5 in the
right.
Yeah.
That's different. But if you're just somebody that they're feeding to chickadees,
give yourself a little bit more, to work with out there and cut
Make
your
yourself
hair.
more.
is anybody going to tell me how to really say
I
his
think
name?
it's
Or
like
am I right?
Shikazi.
Yeah.
Chikazi? All right.
I
But
was
I-
trying to think of it before I said it because I was going to butcher it too.
He did like what he needed to do to this guy though. Like it wasn't even
Yeah.
competitive. Like he got him out there fast, and like the switch up with the body kick to the head kick was nice. Just pretty,
Yeah.
I'd say pretty common tactic if you're a kickboxer. To go low then go high.
Yeah, and he seems to be known exactly for those kicks. They call them giga kicks. I'm like, well, yeah, everybody throws those, but whatever.
Yeah.
It did sound like
have it, Dave.
it did. The head kick did sound like a bat hitting a piece of wood
Yeah.
or something.
The body kick too is
Dude, there was,
nice.
it was,
was
like,
loud, yeah.
It popped like yeah.
Right.
Pop.
That's why I love when there's no crowd. I like being able
Yeah,
to hear
yeah,
that
that's
stuff.
right.
Like, I don't know. It's gonna suck when it comes back.
It gets
I don't
gross
know. I
sometimes
mean, I
on the
miss the
ground.
energy though. You know, there is an atmosphere there, but yeah.
There's some
They
atmosphere.
should maybe mic up the cage more. Or
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Mic up
that
the
would be
cage more.
great.
Because I love being able to hear all that,
Oh, it's
and it lets you know
awesome.
what truly lands. Like sometimes you
Mhm.
think something landed, then you see a replay, and you're like, oh shit, that didn't really land.
Right.
No, I
But I think Chikadze called out Jeremy Stevens, and Jeremy Stevens accepted. So
That's cool.
that'd be a pretty decent step up for him. Though I think he'd beat Jeremy Stevens at this point. I don't see that
yeah,
even being.
in Steven's career, yeah.
I guess we
Yeah.
can get a matchups later, but
Smart
I
fight.
thought that was interesting.
Yeah, but Chikadze did what he was supposed to do. Fairly uneventful fight. Good KO in the first round by head kick, and let's move on to bantamweight Barcelos versus Taha.
Fucking
I-
banger.
Yeah, I think this
This
was
is great.
definitely the fight of the night.
Those leg kicks.
It's probably one of the better fights I've seen this year in terms of action.
Yeah,
It
they
was
were
great.
going at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The end of the second round, the end of the fight, both times. I mean, they were just laying it all
I
out
was really
there.
impressed with both guys. I mean, lucky for Barcelos, his opponent was game enough. You know, I mean, he was able to display all his skills.
Yeah.
But either guy, dude, I can't wait to see their next
I
fight.
know they were both flowing so nice.
Yeah.
Like it almost looked like all those combinations were just
Right.
right off.
The thing with Barcelos, man, is he looked great on the feet
Accurate.
for the first two rounds, accurate, even the third round, but he was a little bit tired in the third round. But he also, I mean, he had some nice transitions and stuff on the ground. He
Yeah.
looked good on the ground
Yeah,
as well.
you can tell the third round he didn't have as much power on his shots though. Like,
He was pretty gassed.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
But not many people in the bantamweight division would be able to survive that onslaught. Though.
No.
So, like,
I mean,
He was fucking that dude up.
Barcelos adrenaline dumped twice. The end of both rounds, you know, what I mean, he was like, "Oh, I got him," and it's just
Especially into
away,
that
and
second
then-
round, dude. I thought he had him
Yeah.
right.
out. Just lucky for Taha that there was only seconds left. But I don't want to discount Taha, man. He looked
No.
great, too. I'm excited to watch both of these guys fight.
Hell of a chin, dude. I mean, he took a lot of heavy shots and kept
Yeah.
coming.
And I feel like we watched enough MMA to tell that both these guys would comfortably be top 15,
Oh,
top
yeah.
10 if they had the chance to fight somebody in
Yep.
those top. Because you have the same guys like floating around like Jimmy Rivera. I like Jimmy Rivera enough. But there's no way if I saw him fight Barcelos, I'd bet on Jimmy Rivera to win.
No.
Barcelos-
Despite him being top 10. And him being
Marcellus
unranked.
level changes was really good. Dude.
Oh my
Like,
god, his
that was great.
combinations, the
His
level
calf kick, too, was
changes, they
excellent.
Yeah.
The leg kicks,
dropped
yeah.
him, made him fall twice.
At
Right.
least twice.
At least, yeah, possibly more. I don't exactly remember.
And Barcelos just looked really, really well-rounded.
Yeah.
Like just a complete package fighter.
He reminded me of
Curious
like
to see where they're
Aldo a
ranked
lot.
at.
He reminds me of Aldo with
Yeah,
like
young.
a lot more a lot more grappling.
Mhm.
That
Yes.
uppercut though he was throwing was nasty too, dude. He's a good fighter. Like,
I may have
Shows you how deep bantamweight is.
I know.
Yeah, I may have just been fucked up, but one thing I kept noticing with Barcelos' counter strikes, and I wanted to see what you guys thought of. It seemed like he was almost being defensive with him as well. It's like when Taha would throw the first punch, he would throw the counter, and his arm would actually push Taha's arm away from hitting his face.
Yeah.
And it was over and over again. And I was just like, man, is he doing that on purpose? Like,
like you,
just narrowly miss Barcelos' face because his arm pushed his arm out of the
Yeah.
way.
And his step in knee during the clinch range was nasty. He
Yeah.
caught him at least like three times probably with that step in knee, and it kind of changed. I think the last one that landed is the end of the second. Kind of changed the. Was that the one that rocked him? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it sort of almost got him out of there. But that was really nice, and you don't see that a lot, really. You don't see it enough for somebody, for as often as you think it would be there for most fighters.
Well,
but-
honestly, I haven't seen clinch work that effectively in a long time
Right.
because he had him clinched up a couple of times pretty good. I don't know. I was really, really impressed with Barcelos.
The
I'm a-
stats,
yeah,
I thought would
really
be
impressed.
closer. To be honest.
yeah, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm
thought I had
surprised.
more.
He,
I
like,
think
doubled him.
I think the first round might be where he really leaped out.
Right. Yeah, I've seen people say that like Taha almost won. And
I don't know about that,
No.
but I'm very excited for both guys. I can't wait to see what either of them do. But Barcelos, it looks like he could be a potential contender.
I feel like if
Yeah.
you're gonna lose, this is the best way to lose.
Yeah,
By the way.
Absolutely.
Like obviously it could be closer, but having a gutsy performance like that endears you to fans a lot more. So it makes you
Yeah.
want to fight. See you fight, more so
Yeah.
than a bad loss, a knockout or something like that.
That's actually exactly
Right.
what I was going to say. Fans definitely are ready to watch him fight again.
Right.
Like people remember his name just from this fight for
Both of
sure.
them.
I hope they got fight of the night. I mean,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. They
Okay, good, because that I was highly entertained that entire time.
It was about
I was
half
texting
of
people
it.
who weren't awake.
Yeah.
They're already asleep. I'm like, oh
Kyle,
my god.
Kyle posted about it.
Yeah.
Well, when I saw his post, I was like, I gotta get off Facebook because at first I thought he was talking about the Glover fight.
No, that was a crazy fight too, but
that
for different reasons.
All right. So, decision. I believe it was unanimous
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Barcelos. Great fight. Can't wait to see both of them fight again. And we will move on from there to. Go ahead.
Yeah, his ground control, by the way, was excellent in the first round
Oh,
too.
yeah.
He had him on the ground.
Barcelos?
Yeah, like
Well-
I thought he was gonna get him out of there with a submission. in
Yeah,
the first
well, that's what
round.
I'm saying. His striking at distance, his clinch, and
Level
his
changes.
ground game, his level. I mean, it was all,
It's all there.
impeccable.
It
Right.
was just it was just like a very good showcase
High
of
level.
technique.
Against
It was
an
very high
opponent who
level.
allowed you to showcase all this.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
He was in there for
he
every
was in there for everything. Yeah.
trin- step of the way. So
Yeah, they were not far apart from each other very often.
No.
They were in each other's face. I'll be honest, I'd never heard of either of these guys before this
No,
either.
me neither.
I heard of Barcelos. I never seen him fight, but I've seen him on cards. Just I've
Mhm.
never seen him. I don't remember seeing him fight, but yeah, this definitely made me like as far as hype prospects. Even though he's 33, but in the bantamweight division, this is like puts him up there now.
That's the thing. Taha is pretty young, too.
Yeah, he was like 29, I think.
Maybe even younger. I thought he was like 26 or something.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, but either way, like I'd like to see like imagine like Barcelos versus like Sean O'Malley or somebody like that.
Yeah.
That'd be an
Oh
excellent
God,
fight.
he'd kick his leg in half.
Oh, yeah. Now everybody who kicks now, it's
Just
like
snap in half.
immediately won.
If O'Malley just has to fight people that don't throw leg kicks.
Yeah.
Man,
Jimmy
now
Rivera.
He's gonna have to come
Oh
back
my
and redeem
God.
himself because that's not.
He
he's
just
not
had a
gonna live that
baby.
down.
Did he?
O'Malley?
Yeah.
Probably many more to come. Guys,
Just you're just throwing that out there.
I saw that. I was like, oh my God, he had a kid. Okay,
It's weird.
it's not
So now
prepared.
I don't know if it's. I mean, like his lifestyle seems very antithesis of a kid. Like him just sitting around.
Yeah.
Like I
Him
guess you could sit
sitting
around,
around
smoke
playing video
weed.
games,
Yeah,
smoking weed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you could do that. There's plenty of
Good for
yeah.
him.
guys who do that. Be that. So
He's got enough money. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure he'll figure it out. All right, so let's move on to heavyweight, and it's Arlovsky versus Bozer.
real
This-
fight of the night, right
Yeah.
here.
This was
Yeah.
also a decision. I
thought
Arlovsky won by decision.
it was close.
Yeah,
I
don't
get-
even see how he really won.
I do because I mean Tanner's Bozer main thing. The only thing he was really up on was leg kicks.
Yeah, he's beating
And-
his leg up.
But
bad.
and even though Arlovsky's leg looked bad, he didn't
He-
limp.
yeah,
He didn't move
Right.
weird at all. It
Yeah.
didn't bother him.
Right.
I was watching him walk out of the cage, and I'm like, he's acting like that guy didn't just kick his leg in half.
Yeah.
Like he had a terrible bruise on the outside of his leg, but
It didn't seem to slow him down much, but the pace wasn't very fucking
Like,
heavy anyway.
Arlovsky looked comically large in there against Bozer. He seemed really big. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, he's huge looking compared to him.
It seemed like Bozer could still cut some weight and go to light heavy. Maybe.
Yeah, and like I've seen Bozer fight before, and he is actually pretty decent. He's a lot
Yeah.
better than this fight.
He's usually
Let's
a
on.
lot more aggressive.
Right, and it seemed like the range was bad. Like he couldn't get it on the range and find his punch combinations.
Yeah, because every time he tried to go in, it was easy to see why he wasn't being aggressive. Because every time he tried to go in, Arlovsky caught him with big shots.
Yeah. But he landed only literally 5 big punches in the whole fight. It seems like,
Yeah.
but like that was enough to win.
Yeah, because it was the only thing that I really took from the fight. Like I was like, yeah, he kicked him in the leg a lot. It didn't really bother him, but Arlovsky hit him hard, good 5 times. Where Bozer was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Like I was saying earlier, like there's no way Arlovsky's trying to do anything besides just like cash a paycheck and get the UFC
Yeah.
for like his fucking purse. Because like he wins these fights in the boring decisions. He hasn't had a finish since 2015, I believe, since he
Oh,
beat
man.
Travis Brown.
Yeah.
So like I feel like he's just showing up just to like be safe and timid. You
It's
know,
not, it's not what he says. I think he is trying to be safer because he knows he is up there. But I don't think he's trying. He doesn't say he's just trying to take fights and make
Well,
some
what's he
money.
gonna say that?
But but I'll tell you one thing that I did notice is I did notice some evolution. I mean, it was a boring fight. It wasn't great, but some evolution. Like he was throwing some crazy kicks out there, Andre.
yeah,
Like
Hook-
that
hook-
one hook kick.
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? When did he start doing that?
And like I feel like his defense is a lot better now.
Way better.
He used to back
What's-
up in a straight line back when he was getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Arlovsky
knockouts.
lost his last fight, did he?
Even though he beat was it
I think
He
Linz?
has a recent loss though, like not.
I think he's on a 2 or 3 fight win streak.
He last lost to Rosenstruck, I believe,
Okay.
and he beat Philip Linz, and then he also beat like one guy who dressed like a baby.
What?
The diaper guy. Remember-
we go ahead and click on Arvlovsky?
The diaper guy, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Remember we talked about him like a few months ago?
Yeah,
diaper
yeah.
guy. Oh, yeah.
It wasn't. I thought he was talking about an actual diaper.
I am.
Well, yeah,
I
pretty
am.
much.
It's a diaper. Yeah, he lost to Rosenstruck, Linz, and
Yeah,
then
KO.
Did he win? What happened with Linz?
he beat Rothwell in a fight. I don't remember. Sakai. No. He lost to Sakai, didn't he?
Did
Go
he
down.
beat Linz?
Scroll down a little bit there, Jacob.
Yeah, he beat Linz.
Okay, so he's on
Yeah,
a
he
2-fight.
lost.
Okay,
streak
2
now.
fight.
And he only lost to,
I mean,
Rosenstruck and Sakai and Harris. I don't
I mean,
know.
I
he
don't
lost to
remember
guys
these
ranked
fights.
in the top 10.
Yeah, he's probably
And
he's
he was
probably put like number 12 right now, or
And he
something.
was supposed to lose that Linz fight. He was supposed to lose this fight, I think.
How come the Linz doesn't even have a?
Put him up
An
against
outcome,
Gus.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
I was wondering that.
Because the UFC website is amazing.
Yep.
well, I think Linz was actually knocked out really fast by Boozer after this fight, so he's on a he lost to both. Linz lost to both these guys. if
I remember
correctly.
at the time, though, when Arvlovsky fought Linz, they were talking about Linz becoming something.
He was I
But-
think he was coming from World Series of Fighting. He was a champion there,
Oh, okay.
which is shows how shallow that division is and over there. I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a very boring fight.
It was boring. I don't know why, but I was also entertained. Like, I even have on here slow, but I enjoyed it. I wrote loved it first, and I scribbled that out. Like, that's it's easy.
You loved it.
I did. I don't know why I enjoyed
You're
it.
real fucked up.
Literally, while I was watching it, I was like, everybody is going to say this was a crazy, boring fight, and I don't know why I enjoyed it. I did.
I just wish Arlovsky had more output. I feel like he's sacrificing output for his defense.
I agree. I think that was really his main problem.
I think-
But seeing him evolve and throw some of those kicks and have better defense, now if he can just kind of put it all together, get a little bit more offensive, higher output.
I think knowing what the next fight was like, come on,
Yeah.
wrap this shit up.
Right.
No.
I was hoping he'd grapple more because his sambo is actually pretty good. His ground game is pretty underrated.
Yeah.
Arlovsky. I was thinking he's going to grapple more because I know that Boozer is more of a striker, but so it surprised me that he didn't go for any takedowns in this fight.
Yeah. What did I do with my lighter? All right, so let's go ahead and move on.
The main event.
Arvlovsky continues to derail careers of younger men, and good on him.
And so does Glover.
Right, so
Yeah.
now we get to Thiago Santos versus Glover Teixeira, the fight we were all excited for, the fight everybody but Brandon thought Santos was going to win, and Glover Teixeira wins by submission in the third round, rear naked.
What
Yeah.
an odd fight, though. You know what I mean? The way the story of it. Like every time Santos touched him, you know what I mean? It's like death. He's got death in his hands, and
Yeah.
it's like he just couldn't deal with the wrestling.
Well, the first round really started off immediately with him just raining
him.
down punches on Glover. I mean, just rocking him, too. Glover does what Glover does, gets close enough, grabs him, takes
That
him
takedown
down.
was nasty. He
Oh,
landed
yeah.
in the first round.
Yeah, well, because it was looking bad right off
Yeah.
the rip. And then same thing happened later. Thiago Santos, later, the third round, actually, he starts raining down on him, gets him to the ground, starts really laying some heavy ground and pound there. And then Glover switches the position,
Goes for
gets
a
on
double
top. And I got to tell
Chokes
you,
him out.
I think Santos' big problem here is every time he thought he had him, he was willing to give up position to try to keep doing it because
Yeah.
he gave Glover that switch.
Yeah, he needed space. He needed space more, and he needed to stay on him and finish him because the finish would have been there if he'd have got some space and was
Yeah.
more
so
accurate.
close.
Yeah, I could see it happening when Glover was switching the position. I was like, Santos is starting to not care about his position, and Glover's going to take it. I
But
mean,
really, Glover won it at the end of the second round. Dude, he
That
had that rear naked locked in. Like,
Oh, yeah, if it
Oh,
was-
yeah, I thought I didn't even know it was the end of the round because I was at the bar and there's no
Yeah.
sound. So I'm like, oh, it's over. So
Yeah.
Devin's like, no, I
Like,
think it's the end of the round. I was like,
if
oh,
that
okay,
round
cool.
was 6 more seconds,
He'd been
2
tapping
more
out.
seconds, it was
he'd been
over.
tapped out or asleep.
And
Yeah.
it feels like I feel like he sort of mentally gave up once he got taken down again. He like sort of just laid like he was gassed too. He was
Yeah.
just like, "What? Oh fuck! I didn't finish him." And then he was like, "All right, I'm done." Like this
Doesn't
is,
use his legs enough. Like
For like when he's on his back,
Yeah.
he definitely he was impressive and not impressive when he was on his back, because he was impressive in the fact that he was able to continuously get out of full mount. That's not easy for a lot of people to do,
Right.
but he was not impressive because he was not using his knees or his feet to get into his hips and try to create some distance so he could get up. He was just happy to lay there and hold the one leg in half guard.
It makes me think: has anybody done this to Santos? Like
Musasi did. In the middleweight, but years ago.
Yeah.
It just kind of goes to show you too that Thiago Santos is ranked number 1 at 205, but like you're not well rounded. It's just weird how the rankings work. Like you can just be a knockout artist on
Have
the
success.
feet and move up that way, but then once you get up there and you get against somebody like Glover that is a very well-rounded fighter, you're no longer the number 1. You're no longer the number 1 contender.
I mean, he was riding the death in his hands, dude.
I'm saying, let's be honest. If that was anybody but Glover Teixeira, they're probably asleep in the first round.
Well, his I feel like he's just really experienced.
Glover needs to be number. Well, after this,
Well,
I'm
he's
sure
gonna-
he is
Yeah.
number 1
He's
contender.
gonna
But
be
it
the
just
number
goes to
1
show
contender.
you that like that's somebody who deserves to be.
I still think.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the end for Santos.
No,
No.
not at all.
I think that the double knees too. That might still be a factor.
There was a lot of time off, and he still looked good. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
he definitely. After this, people are definitely going to remember, like, hey, we got to do the best we can to take him down. Now, the question is, Glover had to eat 15 heavy punches before he got there. So is everybody going to be able to do
He's
that?
also a lot slower though than most people in the division. He's actually really slow.
Yeah.
So like someone like Jan Blachowicz, he maybe could not eat as many shots trying to get a takedown if he's smart. He got knocked out by Santos, but I feel like if he mixes it up, he could probably, if they fought again, because obviously Glover will probably fight for the title before Santos does.
Right.
It makes me think that Jan might actually be the title reigner for a little while after seeing this fight.
Could be, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's probably gonna fight. I don't know if he's fighting Izzy next or Glover.
I think he said that maybe. I think the tweet that he put out said Izzy can wait till March
He said if he can.
if he can.
No,
if he can't.
Yes.
If he can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just kept scrolling and I scrolled past.
Yeah,
it.
so he wants to fight in March either against Izzy or Glover,
Right.
depending
Okay.
on what Izzy wants.
Well, we're
to
going to
fight.
get to the matchup. I'm just saying, I think he's probably a little bit heavier handed than Santos. I think he's probably, I think he's got more submissions than Santos.
Yeah.
So he's probably he's got a little bit more acumen on the ground. So, God, it makes me think that Jan might be that champ for a little while.
Yeah, and there's like rising contenders. There's Rakic. There's Proyaka. So there's a few people that can give, different looks depending on how their career goes. But I feel like whenever I saw Santos, because I remember him losing the submission to Eric Spicely at middleweight, and I'm like, I knew there's holes in his game, but you can't tell how much somebody has covered those holes unless you
Right.
see a fight like this.
Yeah.
So you say, oh, well, that happened 3 years ago at middleweight. So
Yeah.
you give him the benefit of the doubt and say, well, he hopefully went back and fixed those things, but you don't know until somebody else comes along and exploits them. So it's just like, hopefully, I mean, he might be one of those fighters like Melvin Guillard back in the day would get rear naked choked every other fight.
Yeah.
He couldn't help it, and like some
Yeah.
fighters just don't have the ability to close them.
They have other tendencies to just get choked out.
Yeah, and Michael Johnson too is a good example.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he looks great, sometimes he gets choked out by.
I think Melvin was a perfect example, though, because Melvin was incredible on his feet. Like,
Right.
you'd watch him in a striking battle, and you'd be like, dude, he's the next champ. And then he gets rear naked choked.
I wonder if
by a
Santos-
turtleneck.
I wonder
That's
if
one on
Santos- I wonder
By a
if Santos will try to
turtleneck.
get back to middleweight.
No, I think he's probably going to stay there.
No, I don't think that would be a good
No.
idea.
I think he's going to stay there.
Personally.
Well, it shows like the division how weird it is that like Izzy's going up and like he probably would go up and have some success because you have Anthony Smith, you have Thiago Santos. They came up and became title contenders pretty fast. So the division seems a lot more shallow.
Yeah.
than the middleweight was.
It's weird
Yeah,
seeing
in cutting
people.
that amount of weight, it's probably rough.
Right.
It's weird seeing people jump middle to light heavy. I feel like it doesn't happen a lot. Like
No.
that gap is a
It's-
weird one.
It's big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
20 pounds is a lot of
Yeah.
weight to carry on your frame.
Yeah.
But they got Izzy said he's going to be light. He's going to come in light.
I think that's probably his best option. Just
Yeah.
come in light. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to matchups. But I do want to say, cute guy Glover Teixeira. That was a
Waiting for it.
great
I was pretty
win.
happy.
Oh
I
man,
bet.
I was happy, man. I was
Yeah.
pumped for him,
I'm
man.
happy
It was
for him,
really
yeah.
impressive. I'm upset because I love
Yeah.
Santos, but
I'm like he just shows like he's a very gritty fighter. Like he
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
and, like unless you are top of the line, you're not going to put him away. And he's a lot. He probably has the best top game at light heavyweight. His top game is brutal. When he gets on top of you,
for sure.
It's like pretty much a wrap. If he gets on top, he's gonna beat you up.
Down there in the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, he was very, very dominant once he was on top.
And like once he realized his striking was a lot slower and he was getting knocked out by Rumble Johnson, it's just like it's nice to see somebody evolve and actually go back and change their game to the point where they can find more success.
Yeah.
And Rumble Johnson
Smart
actually
player.
coming into the division is a lot scarier for like Jan than most people, because I mean if they're gonna strike together, it's gonna be
Nobody
bad.
wants to strike with Jan. Or not Jan, sorry.
Rumble,
with,
yeah.
With Rumble.
Yeah.
Yon either though.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
gonna be a good fight.
good
especially if
That's
he gets
true,
there.
but I think Rumble is.
Yeah.
I think Rumble is the superior.
Because he
power
crumpled
puncher.
Glover in freaking 13 seconds. So.
Crumbles everybody.
Yeah.
Like if
Unless
he
you're
lands it,
DC.
yeah, if he lands it, you're fucking out. All right, well, we're gonna start with what we think Jan should do, and I think it's just right there. I think it's Joanna.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joanna
I think
Jędrzejczyk.
I think that's would be an interesting stylistic fight because they're both very technical strikers.
Yeah, both have great jabs. I think that would actually be a really fun fight to watch as well.
I feel like
Yeah.
Joanna's a little bit better than Jan was last night. I'm not saying that it wouldn't
Well,
be competitive.
Joanna's.
I don't like her, but
beast.
she's a great fighter.
Oh
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's a beast. I don't.
I feel like it would be kind of like Zhang Part 2, but Joanna would actually be the better fighter at that over Jan.
Because that was a
It
close
would
fight
be a
too.
similar
Yeah.
fight, but I think Joanna would definitely edge out Jan. But it's the fight to make.
Especially since I feel like Joanna has a better kicking game than Jan did. I don't know if she has one because maybe the takedown maybe hesitant, but Joanna's kicks and her combinations might be a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's a good fight though.
That's
It's
a
one of
good
the better
point.
fights in the women's division.
But yeah, I mean, you also never know.
We're in
Jan,
the women's division.
I'm saying there's not a lot of hype in the certain
no,
matchups.
but that will be a great.
No.
That'll
Yeah.
be a fight that I'll be really excited to
Yeah.
watch in the women's division for
There's,
sure.
I mean, there's some that Amanda Reboss. I like her. She's starting to go up a little
I like
bit.
Angela
Right.
Hill too. I
Yeah, I like
feel like
Angela
she's
Hill.
gotten a bet. At
Like,
least one
what'd
of
you
those
say?
fights.
I like
she's
I like
shown.
I like Angela Hill too a lot.
I hate Mackenzie Dern, but as a fighter, I like her. I think I like her jiu-jitsu, but she just needs
Jiu-jitsu's
to work on her.
insane.
She's work on her feet.
Did you see her a video of that, like her evolution of her accent? How-
That's why I can't stand her.
Yeah,
like,
she
you
had
were
no
born
accent.
in Arizona. Like you
Yeah.
went to school in Arizona.
She
You
has,
were
like-
American.
she talks like worse English than like Anderson Silva now. It's like her
It's
English
just
is
because it's a
it's fake,
facade.
yeah, it's like
Why
this-
would you do
She
That
had
seems
a
like a weird
translator.
facade to do.
She had a translator. You speak English. Why did you need a translator? Like I'm
It's
telling
just
you.
it's the whole thing.
You
It's the
literally
image.
just
It's the
Google.
image. That's a weird way to go.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, everybody's trying
the
to learn
opposite.
English.
Unless
Yeah.
you have it, so that way, like the people, like so maybe your friends in Brazil. I don't know, but if you literally just Google the evolution of Mackenzie Dern's
It's
accent,
pretty
there's
funny.
a 15-minute
shit.
video
I'm
about
gonna have to
it, and
watch
it's
that.
I'm definitely gonna watch
Yeah,
that.
it's interesting and like it's I don't know because I don't know enough about like language and how like accents work.
I
And
mean,
You pick it up.
You
yeah,
do.
you do, but like if you don't talk
You don't
English
forget
often,
what you did before, though. Like you don't
Right.
forget.
Right.
You don't need a translator now.
I suddenly don't speak English
Yeah.
very well.
Maybe she had CTE. Maybe she lost her
No.
Now, don't get
language
me.
abilities.
When I went to Fairmont State, I had a lot of friends from Beckley and from like South. So every now and again, it comes out still.
Yeah.
Like I get that little thick accent, but I don't talk like I'm not gonna do it. But I don't talk like I'm from Beckley.
We were all waiting in
Do it.
high
Yeah.
anticipation.
Do it.
Beckley.
I don't know what accent is that. I don't even know.
West
West
Virginia.
Virginia.
I've been through there a couple times.
Been through there. All right, so the one thing I will say about the matchup between Yan and Joanna is you never know. Yan might be able to find holes the same way Rose did because I don't think any of
Yeah.
us expected Rose to be able to dominate Joanna the way she
Make her
did.
tap to
Yeah,
strikes.
it's odd the
Those are
way
the
that
best.
Rose dominates Joanna.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah.
like how is she able to time her so
Some
well?
people,
like
some people think Joanna won that second
I don't
fight.
think so. It was closer.
The leg. I
obviously.
mean, Joanna
No.
threw a lot of more leg kicks in the second fight, which I mean, but that doesn't win.
No, I don't
like
think
I
she
don't think
won.
that wins you. That doesn't win you a fight.
No, I
No.
think Rose definitely won both
Yeah.
those fights.
I mean, it was a lot closer. The strike. I
was.
thought it was gonna be more definitive the fight, but I'm happy. I think she won anyways, but I'm
Yeah.
happy she won too. So
I'm
Yeah.
more definitive, but I still I had no doubt in my mind when it was over. I definitely thought it was a closer fight, but I still had no doubt in my mind that
Yeah, I
Rose had
never
won.
I think Claudia probably should fight. I don't know, maybe Carla Esparza or maybe Marina Rodriguez. I don't know.
Yeah, we're
Michelle
Tisha.
Watterson.
Tisha has a fight coming up against Angela Hill.
That should be a good fight.
Amanda Ribas and Michelle Watterson.
Oh, Watterson's fighting Rivas.
I feel like
Ribas is gonna beat Watterson.
who Rebus, yeah.
Yeah.
Watterson's not very good.
No.
No, she's
Well,
not bad.
Where's
she looked good in
Tatiana?
this.
I mean, she hasn't fought in a
She's
while.
taken
but
out of the rankings.
Did they take her out
Yeah.
because of inactivity? That's what I figured.
Angela Hill's fighting Tisha Torres. I hope Angela wins that fight.
I like Tisha. She's tiny.
I feel like she should win
What's
that
in her
fight.
name?
Tisha, I
Mhm.
mean, oh no, I was
Tiny tornado.
thinking of Carla Esparza. Is who I was thinking of.
So are you rooting for Tisha against Angela Hill?
Rooting for yes. Who I think wins, I don't know yet. Because I was watching Tisha hit like mitts, and she's fast. She's got fast hands. I just don't think there's much power behind them.
Right. And Angela
So
Hill is
small.
actually getting better, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I feel like she beat Claudia whenever they fought. We all talked about this in the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, I
Definitely
do
beat
too.
Claudia, and there's an argument that she won the
That-
Watterson.
right.
fight.
There's
Yeah.
argument for Watterson.
I mean, I that was closer than the
Much closer.
Claudia
Much
fight,
closer.
but-
I just Michelle Watterson I think she cried a little too much about wanting her title, like the title shot. Like there's way more girls ahead of you that should
Yeah.
get a title
Just
shot,
because you're a name doesn't mean you.
Yeah.
and you're not really like
Yeah.
really all that
Yeah.
good.
She looked a lot better though. She was a lot more aggressive, and
A lot more aggressive. That was really the downside to her was the output before.
it was like
Yeah,
she was
and if
sparring
she
before.
if she keeps that up, well then maybe.
Yeah.
I
maybe she
still
gets
think
somewhere.
she gets beat pretty bad by everybody in the top 4.
Yeah, she's like not as like her striking has no power to it.
Mm-mm.
Even if she does have a lot more aggression, but still
Really,
not
it's hard.
powerful.
No, the only ones
But-
that really have power are the ones at the top.
But she can kick over your head while your noses are touching.
What?
Yeah.
Wild.
What?
I
I would
hate
let
to be
her.
that flexible. Oh my god.
That's
Jesus.
nuts.
Karate high.
All right, so next we're going to be looking at men's featherweight. God, I already forgot how to say his name.
Giga Chikadze.
Chikadze.
Hey, you sleeping on the job over there?
You're fired.
Wonder if he was actually sleeping.
Vince McMahon.
We're looking at featherweight.
Men's
For the
featherweight.
Men's
yeah.
featherweight, yeah.
Well, I think the Jeremy Stevens fight, he called him out. Jeremy accepted. Jeremy probably gets blasted because he's not that good anymore. But
It's down a little bit.
No.
Yeah,
He's
he's
up
down.
to-
He's actually down pretty far.
he's a one. He's 15-17 in the UFC. Jeremy Stevens.
Well, but Chikadze is like pretty far down there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like keep going down.
Well, that's a terrible record in the UFC.
Yeah, and
Keep-
everyone talks
Jacob,
about
keep going
Nate's
down.
record.
Well, Nate's record's bad too. So.
Yeah.
Keep
Well,
going.
it doesn't really look like Jeremy
keep forgetting
Stevens
you don't
isn't
have
But
headphones
500.
to be fair, Jeremy Stevens doesn't sit on Twitter
Where
and
is
just
he?
not fight. So
Wow.
There he
Yeah,
is.
that-
There he is. 40.
I'm
So
just
he's
saying there are different career trajectories here. You know.
so he's actually at number 40.
Honestly, we
40?
can't-
Oh
who cares?
my god.
He got to take any fight that they'll give him.
Right. So if you scroll up, the ones
Who's
I had.
Lerone Murphy?
Well, then if you want to go like that far down in the rankings, then he could fight Darren Elkins.
Well, look,
Darren
Jamie,
Elkins won
Jamie Simmons.
They don't even have him winning there.
I was gonna get.
because they haven't updated it from today.
Yeah, they haven't updated.
yeah.
So he's probably higher than that. But I had on here Makwan, or Feely.
Yeah, well,
Because
that,
they're pretty high up there.
Yeah,
if you
I
scroll
could
back
see
up,
maybe Andre
where's Kron
Feely.
Gracie been?
I don't. He
He
lost
lost it.
jiu-jitsu, I think.
there you go.
He lost a Cub and just like
You know what Cub did?
what?
I think Cub shaved his whole body,
What do you mean?
like all the hair on his body.
Covered
Yeah.
himself in butter.
So that
dude.
way it made him more slippery because Kron like could not get a hold of him in
Aw.
that fight at all.
Well, you're
World's
allowed to do that.
smallest violin plays for
No,
Kron
I don't
Gracie.
mean it like that. I just think like that's smart.
yeah,
like,
that's very smart
Yeah.
for BJJ guy.
Cover
Like, that's
yourself
just
in
what I
butter is
think.
even smarter. Dude.
Just grease up.
George
You ever
St.
see
Pierre.
what's that movie?
It's got to be
with-
grass-fed butter.
What's that movie with Tom Hardy? Oh, he
Warrior?
No, he plays the
Bronson.
Bronson, yeah, and he's naked in that prison cell
Yeah.
covered in
Listen,
butter.
I started to
I
watch it. I had to
love-
turn it off. I was like, this is too much.
Great. dude.
I
seen it.
love Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Like
so-
that is my all-time favorite.
I liked
actor.
Tom Hardy whenever, like, before he
got big.
became huge and everybody loved Tom Hardy. I mean, I still like him, but now it's like they want to put him in everything, and I'm like, no, wait, like he's you see Tom Hardy every time. Like,
Yeah.
Did you
I love
watch
him
his show
regardless.
that he
He's
did
awesome.
on
Yeah, he's
FX?
I loved that show,
I
Taboo.
wish they would do another.
I can't
season of
believe
it.
I was waiting for it for
Oh
years
my
because they didn't
God,
say it
it's
was canceled.
So good.
I never
But,
seen
like,
or heard of it.
So
everybody's
good.
like, make Tom Hardy Wolverine. I'm like, no.
No,
I don't
there's-
see that.
He's already Venom, so you can't do
Yeah.
that.
And I thought he was great as Venom.
I want
Yeah.
what's his name? Zac Efron. That's who I want to be Wolverine.
Really?
It's actually not
Oh
a bad
my
idea.
God,
I
that
think
is
he'd be great.
that's
Yeah.
genius.
And honestly, I think Zac Efron's a better actor than a lot of people give him credit for.
Well,
Well,
like,
he's, yeah,
it's
I like
easy to
Zac
shit on
Efron.
him.
After he
'cause
did
from,
the
High
Ted
School
Bundy
Musical.
thing.
I
Yeah.
used to shit on him all the time, and I started watching more of his stuff. I'm like,
He's
I like
good.
Zac
After he did
Efron.
the
Yeah.
Ted Bundy thing, I was like, I think he's got the range to like do the Wolverine thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he actually just seems kind of like a cool dude, to be honest.
It's funny how like if you're a child star, either you become a mess or you get like respect eventually.
But he was a mess for a while.
Yeah. But I mean, like it's just like critically, like Robert Pattinson's the best example, probably.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
my
Yeah, but like
That's
he's
my
a great
other favorite.
actor. He's-
Yeah.
He's really good.
I
The
actually,
Lighthouse.
yeah.
Dude, he's really
Dude,
good
he's
in that
wild.
The Devil All the Time on Netflix.
See,
he
I haven't
plays this like
watched it yet.
preacher. He's super good.
But
Yeah, I
the
haven't watched
cast in that is amazing
Yeah,
with Tom
it's
Holland.
an alright movie. I mean, it's kind of
You
absurd.
said it's a
but-
little weird.
Yeah, it's a little absurd, but it's good.
Yeah.
that Bronson movie I couldn't watch.
You should watch it all.
I couldn't. It was too much. It's
Have
like,
you
this
seen
is-
The Lighthouse?
No,
Dude,
that'll
don't-
probably be
it's
too
What?
much for me
crazy.
too.
Yeah, that's
Shit.
gonna be.
I'll
easily
give
be
it
too
to you
much.
if you want it. But
I like
You like
it.
it's
like it?
goofy as fuck.
It's a lot of. I heard it's a lot of jerking off and
Yeah.
drinking kerosene.
It's just
I
like
liked
it's
it.
just a
That's why
descent
you-
into madness, and it's just
Easy.
like, why am I?
The
watching
kerosene
this?
more so.
I
than-
like the back. I just like the back how it's like about like kind of like mythology and
It is, yeah.
like it's I don't know.
And
I
mania,
like that part
like
of it.
people. Well, I've heard there's like only 5 like common tropes, like the stories you could tell in movies ever. Like you could only like in any story you tell, there's like 5 settings, and there's always just like different variations of that.
Yeah.
Man versus nature, man versus.
And like slowly going crazy and isolation. That's like one of them too, I think.
Yeah,
just like
that's
his
the point of
movies.
it. But like halfway through, I'm like, why am I watching this? This is just goofy. Like,
Yeah,
like
it's
I get what they're doing, but
I like
just
it, but
don't
yeah,
like-
I-
it's
The
good
new-
acting and shit. Like, I mean, that's a
The
great
new movie
performance.
he's doing is gonna be wild.
Batman.
Batman.
No, the
It's
new
gonna
movie that
be
Robert Eggers is doing,
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
Northman, with like all that.
You
Anya
like The
Taylor-Joy.
Witch?
I did. That's
That's, like,
honestly my
my-
favorite movie.
Yeah, it's like my
I love that
favorite
movie.
horror movie in the last like 10 years.
And
Like, I
people were
fucking
like, "Oh,
love
it's not a horror," but it's not about. It's about the like how religion first of all tore them apart as a
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
and then at the end, it's
Well,
like
his own stubbornness and shit, and like, yeah.
and the
but
mother. Oh my god.
I loved it, man. I was like, normally these movies would like puss out and there wouldn't really even be a witch or something. And I'm like, no, there is, but you just like
Don't see her most of the
Yeah.
time.
No,
She's
but when
out
you
there
do see her,
harassing
the
them.
first thing
Oh my
she
God, the
does, you're
baby.
like, "Oh my god."
That's like the worst part of the movie.
yeah,
the
it's-
scariest part of the movie if you're
it's-
scared by
yeah.
anything. But the setting
love
itself is like foreboding and scary.
the whole like the way that they do the music and when
Yeah.
she's doing the whole thing with the baby and then
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people.
love
I
that
can see
movie.
why somebody would watch The Witch and be like, "Oh, it's boring," but I was like, I love it.
You have to
dude.
watch it with captions too because of
Can't understand
you can't understand how they're like.
I
That's
just-
what
the way
made
they
me,
speak.
dude. I love the dialogue. Like they nailed that. That was the one
Mhm.
thing I loved about the movie. Like it just.
I
The
just-
dialogue was
He's
on
just
point.
awesome. He is a good director. Like
I just saw the daughter from the witch in that show on Netflix.
Anya Taylor.
Yeah, The Queen's Gambit. It's really good.
That was
I'm like
awesome.
3
You
episodes.
saw that?
into
Yeah.
that.
Dude, it's so good.
I
I'm on
watched
like
it in like
the
a
third
day and a
episode.
half.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought, like hearing about it, I didn't know what it was about. I'm like, it sounds like some period movie from like, like 1700s or 1800s. It sounds like something like royal. I didn't know it was even like about
Yeah, I
that.
thought it was some like. Yeah,
But
some
I
fancy
heard it
movie.
recommended and I started it and we watched it in like 3 days.
I'm
but-
gonna have to watch it.
It's,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
really
it's
good.
about chess.
I like her. She's awesome.
She was really good in it.
Yeah, she was incredible, and
It's-
it's about chess.
You
And
can tell it's good
I don't know
because
anything
they
about
make
chess,
you
really.
excited about chess. You're like,
Right.
oh, let's get him.
actually, the only reason I watched it was because the last thing I watched about chess was Searching for Bobby Fischer, and I loved it.
Yeah, I see that movie when I was a kid. It came
It's
out a
good.
while ago, I think.
Oh, a long time ago. Searching
Yeah.
for Bobby Fischer. Yeah, I was.
I don't know how to play chess at all.
I don't either.
I know how to. I'm terrible.
I know how to play checkers.
Checkers, yeah.
I've learned how to play chess like 6 times.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then I'm
I
just
know
like,
the
don't
basis
remember.
of chess. I know where everything goes and like how it moves, but like I'm gonna lose.
Right. That's exactly me.
It's
Yeah.
intimidating playing chess. The idea of it's like intimidating because it's like there's like books, people writing books about like the
I
mathematics
know.
of it.
And especially
Yeah.
if you're
Fuck
playing against
that.
somebody that knows, and they're
Yeah.
just like laughing at you.
They,
while
they
you're
beat you in 2
playing. It's
turns.
like,
You're just
oh.
like fuck.
Yeah, like, it's
Yeah,
some
like go fuck
bullshit.
yourself.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so Chikaze, I say make Juan Orfili, but if they're gonna do that Jeremy Stevens fight, I'm for that as well.
Yeah. I like seeing him get knocked
Yeah,
out.
I mean, both those guys
hate
are at
Jeremy
a point you gotta
Stevens.
take whatever
Who-
fight
who-
the UFC is willing to give you. Really,
Yeah, I mean,
Number
I'm sure he's
40.
gonna be higher than that because it's not up to date with the fight. But
What?
Who punched him in the stomach? Was it Aldo or was it?
Yeah, body shots.
Or okay, I couldn't remember if it was Aldo or.
Yeah, he like finished with body shots.
I
So
like
it
how
was
she's trying to
Barboza.
like say that to you on the sly.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't remember.
Message me.
I know
Who
it was
punched him in
one
the
of
stomach?
the
Meet me over here.
Yeah.
Sidebar.
Buy the egg.
Well, you guys were talking. I
Yeah.
didn't want to interrupt. No, I was just trying to,
You get a bourbon?
Yeah, go ahead. Actually, I gotta get you a glass, and honestly, we're stuck for a minute until he comes back.
Thank you.
But yeah, it was nice seeing Aldo get that win because I like Aldo way more than Jeremy Stevens.
Oh yeah.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Stevens
Jeremy
just like
Stevens.
first
He's
of
a little
all,
heathen.
I think he like I remember the last interview I saw with him. He said like that COVID was made up.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like-
way to
let's
endear
not
yourself to
even.
the people.
And I'm not trying to get political, but like whenever people are like that, I'm just like, God damn it.
You
I
know,
know.
It's just like it's just like
It just makes you just like completely turn off to him.
right. It's like the QAnon stuff with fucking Jared Cannonier. Like God damn it.
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
Like,
what's his name? Bryce Mitchell.
In the
or-
masks.
Yeah, like just don't or like now like if I look on Twitter, it's literally Jorge Masvidal complaining about the election. I'm just like,
Oh,
I
seen it.
know,
Oh, yeah,
and
dude.
I'm
I was
like,
like, man, Jorge,
come
is,
on.
he just looked like a dummy.
Like
I mean, it's just like or like he'll put like hashtag like history 101. Like, dude, you don't like come like don't act like you're some historian now.
Well,
Like-
it's
like,
sad,
I'm not
it's
saying
sad
you don't know-
because, like, he's Cuban and they're all, you know what I mean? I get that they all are against socialism because of Castro and all that shit. And it's
Right,
just
I
like,
can understand that.
but you're kind of, like, that's kind of also brainwashed you to the, like,
Opposite.
to the right in our country where it's like, Joe Biden's not a socialist, dude. It's
Yeah.
just, like, it's that simple. He's not.
Right. Like if it's like apply that objectively and apply that to where it fits. Don't just anything that's Democrats like socialism because it's like not true. But yeah, it's like the more you know about fighters, sometimes the less you like them, and that seems like you have to sort of not read about.
Yeah,
people.
I don't pay.
Just gotta
that
try to
much.
yeah, that's
separate
why
it.
I
Oh.
didn't have Twitter for a while, and then when I got Twitter
You
back,
just
I was
follow
like, I'm
all the
just,
fighters.
I literally just went and it was like people you may want to follow, and it was like just like
Every-
Tatiana Suarez, Corey Anderson,
Then you just
this,
go-
that one. I was just like follow.
You like
follow,
Corey
follow,
Anderson?
follow. No, I'm just throwing names out there.
I was gonna say, don't follow Corey Anderson.
And we just
Follow him.
we just talked about him, so that's why I
But
threw his name out there.
I saw that Tito Ortiz won a councilman in Huntington
Yeah,
Beach.
how about
Did you see
that?
where Tito called Joe Rogan a quitter because he left California and went to Texas?
Quitter.
Quit,
You
why?
could quit a speed in a state. Like it's an activity you do.
Wait,
Right.
Wasn't Tito Ortiz the one that put something? There's like a thread somewhere, and it says, "As a fellow LEO, I
Yeah.
thank you." And he was like,
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini or
Yeah.
a Sagittarius or something.
Yeah, for a law enforcement officer.
Leo.
Oh, and then I was watching an interview. It was election day, and he told people to go out and vote. It was like he's like, well, the polls close at 8, and then he said go out and vote. And, like the polls already closed. It's like
Midnight,
God
bro.
damn it, dude. His like gaff collection of his fuck ups.
Oh, he's a goof.
It's the best. Like whenever
The best though is Ken Shamrock goofing up and then him laughing his ass off and Ken freaks out.
I remember when Tito's like he's like I had a cracked skull. Like yeah, you had a cracked skull in the, like before a fight, and you just are allowed to fight.
Yeah.
No one caught your skull being
It
cracked.
wasn't swollen at all.
Yeah, like no doctors before you knew about it, but
Oh my god.
or that Chael Sonnen interview when they're talking and like Chael just like he's telling some story about like a lion and gazelle or something like that. In the middle of the story, literally Chael starts snoring, and like he gets flustered from like Chael snoring.
Chael's
Oh
the
my
fucking
god,
greatest, dude.
Chael. Yes, was Chael's.
You watch him on YouTube.
Yeah,
Chael
I love his
is-
videos.
yeah,
I
it's
love his
good.
podcast.
I don't watch every one of them, but
I don't always agree with him. Like sometimes I think he's like just way off.
Off,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
even when he has a opinion that I don't agree with, it's usually pretty well thought out.
Mhm.
Like, and I get what he's saying, but
Yeah.
I forget what matchup he was trying to push. Oh, he was trying to push Wyman versus
Wyman,
Adesanya. It's like,
yeah.
dude, that fight's not gonna happen.
that was originally.
And nobody wants it to happen.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Wyman's family doesn't
Weidman.
want this to happen.
Yeah.
Wyman's family is
Weidman-
scared.
Yeah, Weidman might, but his
That's
family's like,
still
no.
my boy.
Yeah.
That shit. I'd been like, Dad.
You know how embarrassing that had to be.
He's all bloodied and beat up and concussed, and his
He's
dad's
still my boy.
I have no idea what you're talking about there.
Weidman?
After he lost to Rockhold, his dad got in on the mic and was like, "He's still my
Like,
boy."
as they're walking
That's
out, he
still
like
my
he
boy.
Like,
he's still my boy.
After the fight, after he lost to Rockhold the title, he got on the mic and said, "He's
like,
still
did we
my-"
all think he was going to disown him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it contingent on him winning the title? Like, him
Because he
beating Rockhold?
What
lost
are we
his
talking
fight.
about?
Just so you know, I know he lost this fight, but I'm not gonna go home and have him emancipated.
Like, I think that's
Understood.
I think that makes me actually question his character.
Yeah.
I still love him though.
Like he thought about it for a minute. Like,
there was a chance you weren't gonna love him if he lost.
Yeah. Or his worldview is such that if you lose a fight or lose in life, you just get disowned by your family, and you have to reassure them that's not the case.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, that's rough.
But yeah, I
If
feel
you're
like.
that fragile, I don't think fighting is for you.
But then he goes on like a four fight a losing streak, so it's just like, I guess hope his dad's
still my boy.
Please.
Right? Have we heard from his dad since?
No.
Because that might not be a relationship
That ain't my
anymore.
son no more.
Even after him winning against Akhmedov, he's like, "No, you're
I
not
don't
my
think-
boy now."
You're,
Not
you're
my boy.
almost my boy.
That didn't look good.
You're almost my boy there, but
Oh my god.
But anyways, fucking, we're still in this matchup.
Deadbeat.
Goddamn.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of stuck here right now.
taking a shit.
I'm,
Is
I'm
he
assuming.
Oh.
I would have to assume. I hate that we're embarrassing him on video like this, but you know it is what it is.
Well,
He's never been on the
they
video,
don't even know what he
so
looks like.
Yeah. Well, no, they know what he looks like.
No,
Some people do.
they can't imagine his shit face.
Hey, Jacob.
that's funny. How long did you think about having to go do that before he was like, I have to go.
There's just no way.
I'm not surviving this podcast. They're on tangents now. I'm leaving.
They're on tangent.
All right, we're gonna look at bantamweight now. Men's bantamweight. There you go. And
My
we're looking
favorite division.
for Barcelos.
He's like way down.
There he is.
21.
So Barcelos, I had listed on here that I wouldn't mind seeing O'Malley, Rivera, or Cruz.
I like
Ooh,
Yang
Casey
Sedong.
Kenny.
Yang Sedong too is pretty good.
Casey Kenny would be just a fun fight based off his fight with Nathaniel Wood
yeah.
last.
If
the last
Marlon
fight.
Vera
Fought
wasn't
recently, too.
fighting Aldo, I'd love to see him fight Marlon Vera. But
I actually don't like Soggy Dog just because he is coming off a loss.
I don't want to do
No,
that
he's
to
not.
Sean O'Malley.
Song Yudong's not coming off a loss.
Oh, for some reason I thought
He
he
beat
was.
Vera
yeah.
at 145
Yeah,
when they
that's right.
fought.
That's right.
Fight
That's
Island.
right.
That was a close fight.
I don't want to do that to Sean O'Malley though. Like I don't want that to be his fight.
He needs
back.
a wrestler or somebody
yeah,
who
somebody
like
ain't
can't.
gonna kick him in the leg right away.
Yeah, because it'll.
I don't know
Yeah.
who he can even fight. I
Cody
know.
Stamen.
Look at I said Nurmagomedov. His name is
Said
Nurmagomedov. His
said-
nickname should just be I.
I said middle.
Knowing the fact, it's probably like Saeed or something.
Yeah, probably.
It is, I believe.
We're gonna ignore that. It's said Nurmagomedov.
I mean, regardless if you don't want to do that to O'Malley, I think that's
That's
a good way
probably
to.
the fight.
It's a good way to boost Barcelos.
I'd rather see him fight Song Yudong though. Or-
But I like Rivera or Cruz too, to be honest, who are a little bit higher up. I mean, the guy looked like the complete package, and honestly, he's ranked 21 before this win. I don't know where that other guy's rated, so it might not boost him up much, but
But the performance should.
the
Yeah,
performance
He
definitely.
should at
and
least
that
stay
counts.
around where he is. Where is he?
He's 21.
20. No, that's Barcelos. 21.
Right. I don't
Where's,
know what.
what's the other guy's name?
Taha.
Taha.
Yeah,
He's
where's
probably
Taha?
like 30. He's
Scroll
probably
down
in
some,
his 30,
Jacob.
the 30s, I imagine.
Scroll down, looking for Taha.
There's Ronnie Yaha. Damn.
Oh, man.
Holy cow!
How is Louis Smoka ahead?
Was this one of his first fights in the UFC or something?
It might have been. I don't know. I can't remember.
There's
If so,
no way.
though, I
Go
mean-
back up.
There's
Get
no
outta
way
here.
he's that low. Like,
Yeah,
in real
go
life.
back up.
No.
He's
He
like
could-
below
must have
people.
just been his
Wait,
debut, unless he's There's
I just saw.
No, there he is.
Oh my God,
Not
he's
in
not
the
even.
rankings.
He's like behind people not even in the
Well,
UFC.
he's not ranked, is what that's saying.
Okay,
So he should be ranked now.
he should be like 25,
Yeah.
20, or even that spot where Barcelos was.
Right, and move Barcelos up.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's an accurate judge of like talent.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And so for Barcelos, I like I said, O'Malley, Rivera, Cruz. You guys were talking about who?
Cruz is not going to take that fight.
Cruz,
I wouldn't if I was Cruz, but
didn't
I'd like to
Cruz
see
say-
I
it.
liked how you said Cody Stamen a little bit.
Yeah.
too.
But they were supposed to fight, I think. weren't
Stamen,
they?
I think would be cool.
I don't know.
Song Yadong or Stamen, I think would be cool.
I think he smokes Cody Stamen.
Cruz mentioned last night like he was training or something. I think he
Yeah.
offhandedly
I
said
don't
something
know.
like he's
I
training.
think bantamweight's kind of starting to move past Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you made
a
a
little
really
bit.
good point about pillow hands.
It's
like-
not going to work now.
No, these guys like this. Like if he against someone like Casey Kenny or Nathaniel Wood who have rocks
I
in
mean,
their
look at
hands,
Barcelo had fucking power.
or
in
even
his
like him,
shots.
yeah.
It's hard to throw power punches when your feet are hardly ever on the canvas.
Right. And I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of the leg kicks and calf kicks now will fuck up Cruz's movement. The implementation of calf kicks now in a lot of these divisions, he's not going to be able to move around as often as he was
No.
when people weren't doing that.
And
Yeah.
it makes you wonder what it's going to be like when TJ Dillashaw comes back, because if TJ was on the juice the whole time, or EPO, which I mean it's still
He's probably gonna
forbidden,
take a
so
dive.
Yeah.
and he almost has the same kind of movement. He is always kind of like bouncing around and coming in and out and
Right.
kind of
It's not
being
quite
a little,
as awkward.
no,
Yeah.
but it's still weird.
But-
Cruz does this weird thing where he like
I
leans
always-
like really far in and then
I
comes
felt
out.
like
I don't know,
Dillashaw's
it's
was an
weird.
I hate
improved
it.
version of what Cruz was doing. You know, whenever he was
Like its vital form.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
as much
quite.
as I hate them, Dwayne Ludwig is very smart.
Yeah. Though I feel like I don't know. He did great work with Dillashaw, but he doesn't have the greatest track record. I don't know who else he.
No, it's like him and TJ just have like I don't know. They just click
They're
well
How
together.
shitty is it your fighter that you train and you make money off of like gets
Pops for
yeah
it,
and it
you
gets suspended for 2 years now it's
Yeah.
like fuck
What
dude
am I
have to-
gonna do?
yeah like yeah my life is meaningless at this point but I mean
Yeah, I hate TJ.
he's gonna be like 35 coming back too and that's an old
Yeah,
age for the division.
For that division.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see how he's gonna play out.
I
It's like-
think TJ Dillashaw's days are over, dude.
We'll see.
I feel like too like a lot of the fighters now in the top 10 top 15 can wrestle as well as they can strike and you got Cruz taking advantage of people's wrestling
well,
and like,
TJ wrestled.
right yeah he's a good wrestler. He used it against a Sun Chow whenever they rematched back in UFC 200 but I mean he doesn't wrestle as much as he
No,
used to.
right? We haven't seen it in a while.
Speaking of Asad Chow, I actually said for Taha either O'Malley, Yadog, or Asad Chow is kind of what I was thinking for
Yeah.
Taha.
Yeah, with Taha, I mean, I'd like to see him take a step up too, even though he lost.
That's
Yeah.
a big step, though.
Well, from unranked, we're saying we think he should probably be right
Yeah, he
around
probably
25.
He could do whoever wins out of Ricky Simon or Brian Kelleher. I
Why
wouldn't
is
mind.
Uriah Faber 11th?
He beat Ricky Simon, who's also ranked.
Oh my god.
Fucking
There it is.
like, I mean, I like to see one of these guys against Murad Davashli.
Davashli.
Yeah, like
Dishwali.
yeah, he has like
He
the
is
best
a-
grappling.
Yeah,
in the
oh yeah, I
division.
forgot about that dude.
But it's weird because all of his last 3 are been decisions. You'd think like,
yeah.
you
But-
know what I mean? I mean, that doesn't mean any. You know,
But
you
he
gotta
had
watch the
that
fights
crazy
too, but-
pace and like cardio for days. Like,
Right.
it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, just his skill set's really unique in that division. That you don't
Mhm.
see a lot of like straight up grapplers like that. So it's like I like to see him versus fucking. I like to see Sugar Sean O'Malley versus anybody who's
He's
good.
not gonna kick him in the leg.
Yeah, like I don't think that's an easier fight than some people would smash his legs in. But he
Yeah.
might
There's
make a
a lot
grapple.
of exciting
I'm
stuff
excited for
coming up.
this Rob Font versus
Yeah.
Marlon Moraes fight. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with that.
I'm nervous for Font because I want Font to win, but
I just don't like Marlon.
no, I don't like. He looks like One Punch Man.
That's yes.
I don't
That's
like
what-
that.
I
It
don't like
looks
it
like
either.
It's not okay.
No,
Um,
he should not look like that. Grow hair out or a beard or something.
Something, just
Yeah.
something.
like, but when you look at this, I
Just a
mean,
clean looking motherfucker.
this is a freaking
Murderers
Yeah,
Row.
it's
yeah.
bad.
And your
Yeah.
word, how we're 25
It's
down.
exciting,
and
though,
we
that
know these names pretty like
this division's
or
gonna
knowing
be
them.
this division's gonna be exciting for a while. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys, and even from the 25 up range that are
Right.
like.
Yeah, it really is
awesome.
stacked. Even scroll up.
Yes, please.
Just keep going. Just go to the
just
top.
don't count Uriah Faber. He
Yeah.
doesn't deserve to be there.
I feel like Pedro Munoz is
or
like
Jimmy
getting,
Rivera shouldn't be 10th either.
and, like Pedro Munoz isn't as good as
Look at
ranking
his
is
son,
either.
Sal. He probably shouldn't be up
I
there
don't even
anymore
want to talk
either.
about Pedro Munoz.
Yeah,
You-
I
you-
honestly feel like a lot of those guys are very quickly going to end up right
Yeah.
here in this top 10.
Division's gonna turn over.
Yeah.
But it's hard to even
Killa's
like
coming.
because like Sandhagen's really good, but like I wouldn't be so sure he'd beat someone like Barcelos just based on the matchup. Like they seem very even to me in my head.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm like the recent win of Barcelos is more
Yeah.
like impressive, but like it just seems like there's not much gap in skill level between a lot of these guys.
I love
even
Bantamweight.
like I know you love Cody, but like even Cody, I'd be nervous him fighting Barcelos.
Oh yeah, I mean me too.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, that's not a good
I'm-
fight.
Yeah, I
For
mean
him.
It doesn't- I don't know if that's a good fight for anybody.
That's
Right.
kind of part of liking a fighter is knowing like they're not gonna win every single one. I mean,
Yeah.
trust me, I was almost in tears after the Munoz fight. Like I was just sitting there like, oh my fucking god, like
You're like,
you're
I-
kidding me.
I gotta throw in there real quick. Last night when you guys first messaged me, I was still at work, and you said Jan looked pretty impressive though. I was like, Peter Jan, what's
Peter Yan again.
what's he doing? What was he doing?
Oh man.
it's fighting.
I kind of thought I
Adesanya.
didn't want to say Yan, but I couldn't spell her fucking last or whatever her name.
right.
Sorry, that's the name
So-
we're using. Shorthand.
Yeah, that's for sure what I'm using as well.
I thought that too. I was like, he's gonna think it's Peter Yan again. Where we go with this thing?
With Cody though, I feel like for me it's like I don't want him to fight again because he just won. So I'd rather him just not fighting, get knocked out. So like to stay away from the fights.
Listen, I'm not
I just
even-
want him to go. I want him to fight Figueredo.
Shut up! I don't think I do. Like I don't know
No, I
what
wanna
I
see
want
that.
with that right
Yeah.
now.
I want to see that.
Fight Cruz. Just fight Cruz until you
No.
retire and beat his fill his fist.
Is that pay per view this weekend the one that
Mhm.
he was supposed to fight?
Yeah, Shevchenko and.
What are you
Yeah.
watching there?
Myers, too.
Where are you
That's
watching
that's
it?
not this weekend. That's next
I
weekend.
thought it was. Oh, maybe it is next.
Yeah,
weekend.
Where
this
do you
week.
guys
This
watch
I
it?
don't
we'll
know
get
what-
into
I don't
it.
know what
we
day
can
it
get together
is.
for it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, this weekend's gonna be RDA versus
Oh,
Makachev.
Islam. That's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
this
Cool.
weekend.
That's not a bad main event for a fight night. We've had worse. We've had like random women
Alright.
fighting for no reason.
Again.
I'm just saying we've had less compelling matchups as main events
Yeah.
recently.
So the next one is.
So next we're going to heavyweight, and we're looking for Arlovsky. And I had on here Sakai. I believe he lost to him, Olenek or Harris, who he
Wow.
also lost to. But
You gotta
there are
Well, with-
people who
well,
are going
Harris
back.
is recent.
I like to.
Harris probably.
I like to see Sergey Pavlovich. I think that'd be a good fight. I mean,
Honestly, I don't give a shit.
or
Do you think Sergey Pavlovich? It's a little hard though, just because he's 2 wins, maybe trying to move up.
Yeah.
I don't care enough to defend my position on that.
Because
I
yeah,
don't-
because I mean, Walt Harris is coming off 2 losses. Sakai coming off of a loss. Those are both rematches for Andre. Kind of lets him know where he stands. And Olenek also coming off of a loss, and that's just 2 old guys going at it.
There's a yeah. I mean, like there was a guy who fought in the prelims, Rimanov, who looked really good. He had a forearm
Mhm.
choke, and I'd like to see him fight. Somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
Hashtag watch
He
the
laid on
prelims.
him.
Yeah,
That was crazy. It was like it wrapped up the arm and then pulled down leverage on the forearm
Yep.
on this side and just put all the weight on this
Yeah.
side. That was I've never really seen that before. It was impressive.
so yeah, I like seeing like interesting like prospects like that. So even if he fought like that fucking guy, I don't like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Either you're good and you're gonna beat Orlovsky or you're not.
Right.
It's like he's a good gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for Bozer, I actually had on here either Hardy or Latifi. I actually like Bozer versus Hardy.
Yeah, that's a good striking battle.
Yeah.
Or
And
you-
I think it gives us an idea. I think that's a fight that actually gives us somewhat of an idea of maybe of where Hardy is.
Yeah, or even like Tai Tuivasa would be
Yeah.
a good striking battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to move Hardy up at some point.
He's got to
man.
fight somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like somebody who is gonna give him a different look because he's just
Right.
fighting dudes who
Cans.
just like strike a little bit and aren't that like dynamic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I feel like Bozer, though he lost, is still a pretty good striker. Like he just had trouble with the range, and I've seen him have like his knockout of Marcelo's. The one knockout he had, he knocked out Linz, but that combination is really nice. So that shows me he can strike whenever he finds the opening. So I like to see him against another striker, just for a fun fight too.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to the main event, guys. Normally we start with the winner. I'm actually going to start with Santos just because I have some stuff I want to pull up for Glover.
Light heavyweight.
Yeah, light heavyweight. Santos I had listed on here. Rakic, and even though these two are a little bit back, I think they were. I think people will be excited to see them. Krut and Onkolov.
Yeah, maybe even Vulcan. They haven't fought yet.
I had Vulcan on here as
Yeah,
well.
'cause-
It was just. I don't know why I didn't have him. I think because. I don't remember why I had him on here.
Honestly,
Or maybe Reyes.
I'd like to see Reyes.
Yeah.
But Ray isn't
But
Reyes.
he's fighting Priyanka.
Yeah,
but
that was my
I-
thing with Reyes.
I would want to. The Reyes would have been the fight I'd want to make. though.
Absolutely. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll still watch that fight.
Yeah.
And I feel like it depends what they do with with Adesanya. If Adesanya gets that Jan fight,
Yeah.
Glover might have to take another fight. He shouldn't take another fight, but he might if he wants to stay
here's
busy.
the thing with Glover. He's what, 41,
42.
Like, dude, he's earned that shot. Don't make him do anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When a guy gets that age, you just you got to give that.
Respect
to
him. He's been
Like,
putting in work.
Yeah,
here
he's
in
put in the
division.
work, dude.
I
So
mean,
let's-
you see what
let's-
Frankie Edgar did when he decided to fight Brian Ortega instead of wait out for
Yep.
his title shot. He got knocked out.
Yeah.
Now he's never probably going to get back to that spot again.
And let's go ahead and get into it then. Go ahead and pull up the that article I sent you because I agree. I think I would. We had said beforehand we weren't really excited to see Glover fight Jan, but after that performance now,
No,
yeah,
that's-
I'm
I
all
like,
for it.
I like this stylistically, just the way they both look.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a good.
But
fight.
so everybody thinks. I think everybody thought that Izzy's fight was happening no matter what. But then you see Dana White say. Because, Glover went into it saying, like, come on, man. Like, I'm the old man. Don't make
Yeah.
me wait, blah, blah.
and he's right.
Yeah, and Dana said, I was sitting, listening to him give his interview. He's not wrong. It's like, I deserve the shot. I've been here forever. He's on a streak. He looked great tonight. What's funny is every time I count this guy out and think that I don't know if you got it in you, he proves me wrong. He looked incredible tonight.
I've literally
That's what-
said
yeah.
that every single time. Every time I think
We
that
also scroll
someone's
down some
gonna come
more.
in,
There's another
he just
quote.
is like,
Here
Here
he
you
gets
go.
past him.
just kidding.
And that's
Jan,
why.
actually, I want to read this Jan one too, real quick. Jan says, "Great and incredible run by Glover Teixeira. You totally deserve to fight for the title and get a taste of the legendary Polish power. If Adesanya can't wait till March, let's go." And then Dana says again, that's something we need to figure out, but I heard him and I agree with him. I'm taking him serious, so yeah, I'm not going to doubt this guy anymore.
See, but the problem is with this though is that like the moving pieces, the middleweight isn't there for Adesanya to have a fight that isn't.
Again.
Because what?
Yeah, there's nothing to tie Izzy up.
Yeah, maybe
Ugh.
they should.
They should just make it Izzy wait.
What they should do is have Izzy fight Jack Hermanson instead of Kevin Holland, and give him the title shot based off one win. It's a good win against Kelvin.
Right.
He needs a warm body at middleweight to fight. Seriously, somebody who is coming off a win and is proven to be at least a
because
legitimate.
it's either that or he fights Whitaker again.
And Whitaker doesn't want to fight till like April.
No.
No, and I
Right.
saw that Whitaker's camp and Paulo Costa's camper, and it's not like anything that's like in the works or anything
They're
like
talking
that,
about
but
it.
they're talking about maybe fighting.
But I have in an article that we'll be getting to. Whitaker said he has zero desire to fight Paulo Costa.
Right, but
I
here's
don't know. This was just posted yesterday.
here's a thing though. If Glover can wait, I feel like if Izzy fights Jan in March, if that fight happens, there's no reason why he can't
3
fight the
months
winner.
later,
He can't fight the winner in July. That's only like a 7 month, maybe June even.
And that would be like International Fight Week too. So
Right, and like you think about it too, if Izzy beats Jan, or I feel like he'd take a fight faster than Jan would. He probably would turn around and defend his title against Glover pretty fast. He probably would respect him enough to fight him. I don't know. It ties up two divisions. There,
Yeah,
so
I got to be honest. I kind of want them to just give Glover the
I
fight.
think that my thing is force the fight with Glover because he's 41. He's earned it. I mean
the comeback is unbelievable.
You can't make that guy wait.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
just
But it is unfortunate how much it does tie up middleweight because the only two options for Izzy there are then Whitaker or Hermanson,
But
which I like the Hermanson idea.
I'm
They should
okay
push it
with
back to
Izzy
January.
taking a fucking break. You've basically cleaned out the division. Like,
And honestly, you fight a break might not be bad for him because the dude fights a lot.
yeah.
I feel like he's one of those fighters who wants to be in and put in work, like how Conor was back in his early career, where put the work in and get some stuff done while he's in his fighting prime.
Mm-hmm.
So but it's also the UFC's responsibility to find him a fight if he's a champion and wants to fight.
I don't feel like there's anybody knocking on the door at middleweight that's like, this has to happen.
But like
here, right
Hermanson
now.
though is a notch.
Yeah.
It's another notch.
You could do that fight for sure. I think, that'd be
Well, I mean,
great.
if he beats Hermanson, he's definitely truly cleaned out the
Cleaned the
division.
division.
Right, and like you think about it, get that shit out of the way because you already beat everybody else.
Yeah.
And like you think about Anderson's reign, he was fighting Talis Latis, like that wasn't the best fight ever, but it was another notch.
Yeah.
And like those numbers add up.
Yeah,
He's
I actually,
title defense, yeah.
and honestly, like as much as I like Kevin Holland, I mean, throwing him in there against Hermanson, I mean, that's a massive jump.
Right.
I like it.
I like Kevin Holland.
love it.
I'm glad that he gets that opportunity, but it could end up
worried.
going
Well,
really, really
worried
bad
for
for
his
him.
It's not like
career.
he's not like he's getting this opportunity like
Undeserving.
naturally, like he's plugging in. You know what I mean? So it makes sense if you got to plug somebody into that fight. That makes sense.
But the talks about the hype train is like that's already the thing on the internet, and that's not fair to him because it's not. It's not a hype train. No, they're throwing him to Hermanson, and if he loses, it's gonna hurt him in the sense that people are gonna say things like that. But if he wins, it's gonna fucking skyrocket his career.
But like the narrative around careers, though, is hard to control. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just hard to control someone's narrative around their career.
Kevin Holland couldn't pass up the opportunity.
No,
right.
There's no
right.
fucking way. And he's gonna, he's gonna get paid.
Yeah.
I think he's earned it though. He's on a 4-fight streak.
He's earned it in a way.
I mean, stock.
Message him and tell him.
He's earned it in a way.
Like I wouldn't have naturally made that fight. But
right.
Because somebody has to be substituted in.
Yeah.
Fuck you know about
he's definitely earned it as a fill-in because it's just like he's been fighting guys in the 30s, so like the jump is intense.
But but also either sink and swim in UFC.
Yeah, but that's a big sink or swim. Like he could have jumped. If he jumped to the top, if he fought number 18, he's probably 12 spots ahead of where he's at.
They didn't even push Sean O'Malley that hard.
That's why it's up to fans to realize, like, if he does lose, like, well, I mean, he wasn't ready.
But they don't. But that's the problem.
I know.
like O'Malley.
This is our job. We have to explain this to them.
Like, I feel like O'Malley's that case was almost like a legitimate case. Like, you talked all this, like, you're the best, and you go and you get beat the way you did.
Holland's not like that.
No, and in O'Malley, everybody wanted him to fight somebody up higher when he fought Cheeto Vera. So you got this poor kid who's not even anywhere near the ranking that O'Malley was. And
fighting top 5.
Yeah.
And like you're not fighting cans, but you're fighting dudes.
Can you get a middleweight, Jacob, real fast? Because I like to see see where the rankings are. Because if you make that Hermanson fight, I don't mind Kevin Holland actually fighting a main event and getting a step up in a main event somewhere that's not Hermanson. I wouldn't mind just a fun fight at middleweight that makes sense to have for that event.
Ooh, number 6.
Dude, I wish they could just do Weidman versus Holland. Because that's a good test for him, and I think he could win that fight, and that's a name to put on a main event.
Scroll down. Let's try to see where Holland is actually ranked here.
21.
Right. I'm actually a little surprised by it, but I'm happy for him.
I want to know where he was at before. I think the app might tell you their previous rank.
Before the last fight, it wasn't that far, much further. He might have been 26.
Because if you look at these, like, where are these other guys ranked? Look, remember those names: Ontiveros, Stewart, Buckley. Scroll down.
Buckley, 28.
Ontiveros is he was a welterweight going up in
Stewart,
class.
39.
Stewart, 39.
Yeah, so.
I'm saying, like, that's just such a massive jump.
I mean,
I'm happy for him. Yeah,
you
for sure, happy for him.
But yeah, like I said,
but if I'm gonna say, like, I would probably rather see him fight somebody fun like Weidman and scrap it and do the middleweight title fight, Hermanson, and let fucking Glover get the light heavy shot.
That's probably the best thing that could happen.
Yeah, which means it probably won't.
Oh.
Well, because I feel like if Weidman has any sort of title aspirations, he needs to fight into a main event and show that his cardio is there. And Holland's a good guy to test his cardio against like that, and turn him away. If Weidman turned Holland away, I'd feel a lot more, sort of respectful of his like career at this point, because Holland's a pretty good test everywhere. He's not gonna get out grappled. He's not gonna get submitted as easy. So I feel like that easily could be a main event in December.
Yeah.
Plug Hermanson into January into a actual like main event against Izzy for the title.
Right.
And that way Izzy could reassess where he wants to go. If he wants to go for the title, it also gives John Jones a chance to see where he's going in the year, whether he's fighting for the title eventually. So it's just like things are like set up between 3 different divisions of John Jones being between heavyweight and light heavyweight, middleweight and light heavyweight, sort of with Izzy's. It's like it's so confusing to see what's going to go.
To me, it makes Izzy the first champion since John Jones that has truly cleaned out the division if he beats Hermanson.
And I think this is a case where double champ has really kind of screwed things up a little bit because of things like this happening. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it, but it holds up other divisions and it causes sometimes problems. Like you just said, 3 divisions are kind of now like having to work themselves out while they're champions.
But I think middleweight, to me, I'm like, there's nothing at like. I don't give a shit if Izzy even defends his title at middleweight right now, because to me, he's proven that he's the middleweight king.
Maybe in the divisions that it's happening in right now, it's not a big deal because they're so light. But if you get down, 35, 45, 55,
Yeah.
You have
Amanda
people
Nunes,
start-
it definitely hasn't ruined anything.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because again,
But that's what you.
I think-
45. There's
situation,
nothing
yeah.
at 45. There's her and Megan Anderson.
Right.
And I actually think Izzy would actually have a easy time bouncing back and forth between middleweight and
Yeah.
light heavy because I don't think he's going to even hit the light heavy
He'll just-
205. I think he'll go in at like somewhere between 188 and 195.
I feel like Izzy versus Glover is a really compelling matchup if he wins the title against Jan. Eventually, whoever wins, if that fight happens, because like Glover's top gain in wrestling is like
I was going to say I have and does Izzy have the power to put Glover away? I don't think so.
he's pretty accurate though.
He's accurate
His
for sure.
precision
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
just
But
perfect.
I'm not gonna lie, Santos was hitting some accurate punches on Glover's head
Yeah.
and not knocking him out.
But I feel like
They
Izzy
were
would.
rocking him, but like the fact that he took those.
Yeah,
But
it
also-
was
Yeah.
fucking impressive.
Izzy's movement and spatial awareness in terms of not grappling and being like in range and not grapple
Yeah.
is way better than Santos
For sure.
last night.
Like I said,
Yeah,
Santos was
yeah.
giving up those positions because he thought he was about to close out the fight.
Right.
He did it multiple times.
And how bad does this make John Jones look that his last two title defenses that he barely won just got smacked?
It's weird.
Like you know what I mean?
know.
Like
Just
Reyes
got
got knocked
beat the
out in
fuck
two rounds.
Yeah.
Santos gets like taken down easily by Glover, and John Jones didn't
It's
land one takedown.
Jones's defense is just like you can't get in on him. Like,
But he doesn't really win convincingly
No.
offensively either, though.
No.
No, not
His
recently.
like he's been doing nothing but decisions for a long time now, and his last couple were not convincing.
Right, and this makes him look like a weaker, pound for pound sort of like you know
Yeah.
to put him above Khabib whenever he's almost losing against these guys who get finished as
No.
soon as they don't fight John
Jones seems
Jones.
to really
Right.
impress at
Yeah,
heavyweight.
that's my
When
argument.
when Khabib's just dominated everybody, like
Right.
maybe lost 2 rounds.
So it's like like there's no reason why if Glover is wrestling something like that and slamming you, why John Jones couldn't take down a no-legged Thiago Santos back when he
Right,
fought him.
no
Right.
legs.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, why couldn't Jones wrestle him?
Yeah.
Like,
And you know what I forgot when they took Jones out of the ring after the Santos fight, they were like helping him out.
Yeah, his
I
legs
don't
are
think he
fucked
could
too.
walk.
Yeah.
well, and I feel like the argument that like, oh, Jones wants to fight people at their best, their own game, and beat them at their own game. It's like, okay,
Stop.
if he's doing that, then he's a moron.
Right.
Yeah.
Then,
Stop
you,
doing
then
that.
you have low fight IQ.
Yeah, it's not
just beat him
Right.
beat him however you can. Like you don't
Right.
see that'd
as
be like
fast as you can.
that'd be like Izzy going for takedowns on Yoel trying to submit him on the ground for no reason. Like you don't
Yeah.
need to do that.
How funny would that have looked?
That would have been amazing. if you did that. Very dumb as well. But like it just like a smart fighter wins dominantly. You don't see Khabib, trying to strike with
This
McGregor
isn't a
more than he
fucking
has to.
sparring match, dude.
He did
Yeah.
try to strike with McGregor,
But
though.
not as much as he could have.
No, right.
Yeah, like he was
That's
smart
what I
about
do.
it.
I was actually going through looking when all the GOAT talk was like really big because of Jones getting butthurt about the Khabib thing. I was going through and I was looking at it, man. And if you want to talk about some dominance, Anderson Silva's finishing rate was unbelievable.
Right. Yeah,
Like if
it's
you look
nuts.
at it, he's got way more finishes than both of those fighters.
Yeah.
Way more than GSP as well. I mean, and during his title run, he was finishing them.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at it, and I was like, God, he finished everybody just about.
He has a weird like the Maya fight's the weirdest fight for him. I
Yeah.
think that's just like what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
He was playing.
yeah, like that one is weird, but like I
He could have finished that probably. He
Probably.
like I think he would literally at that point in his career was like, this is who you give me. This, this
yeah.
is who you bring to me. Like,
But it's also disrespectful to Maya though.
It
'cause
is.
Maya's such a good dude, and like he
yeah.
he deserves respect.
Jacob, go to Wikipedia real quick and pull up
record.
Anderson Silva because I just want to look at those 4. I want to look at their finish, like their
Right.
their actual record, not who they fought, stuff like that.
But then you
because
got.
it was crazy when I started to look at it.
Do you think his last half of his career?
Just go down.
If
Just
you
find-
retired
just
after-
click on his Wikipedia right there,
If he retired after Bonner, do you think he would be held in a lot more esteem?
I don't think it matters.
and then go
I don't think
to
he-
I don't care about
mixed
any
martial
of
arts
the, like,
record
the stuff
number
after,
8.
like
After his
after
prime.
Weidman and shit. Like,
Yeah.
So if you go up there, no, just go up. I want to see that
because he
small
still,
box.
he
So,
still looks very competent.
By knockout 23, by submission 3. So he's got 26 finishes
Yeah,
and
it's
then 8 by
wild.
decision. So now go to John Jones. 26 finishes.
All right. Here's another question though. Would you argue that John Jones was beating arguably better competition?
I think there's a
Yeah.
possibility for that. Yeah, for sure.
It's like you got to look at the and same with GSP as well had very tough
I agree, but
competition.
then you say okay, the better competition.
Khabib
Uh,
for 5 fights
The
though.
dominance.
So Jones
I don't-
has-
Dominating the level of competition that Khabib
Right.
did is
So
wild.
Jones has 10 knockouts, 6 submissions, so he's at 16. Go to Khabib.
Well, but like Jones's like resume is like I think it's inarguably a lot better than Silva's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's
So-
but Silva finished them all. You know what I mean?
Well, like Jones would finish like Griffin too, and
Yeah,
like James
but-
Thompson. Like you know what I mean? He would, any
19.
So Khabib has 19, and then go GSP.
Not a lot of finishes.
He started his career out finishing pretty well, and then
first. But
none, head on to Fedor.
GSP.
Head over to Fedor and
I mean,
see.
yeah.
Like just add him in at the end.
what's that? GSP.
George St.
George.
Pierre.
St.
Yeah,
Pierre.
if you just type in GSP though, it'll be there.
Baltrock the Leaper. That's who he plays in Captain
Yeah, he
America.
does.
The Leaper.
I had to go back and rewatch. I was like, holy shit, that is GSP.
Yeah.
And
He's
14.
he's gonna be in
for
Falcon
GSP.
vs. Winter Soldier again too.
Like,
As
that's-
the same character.
That's pretty drastic
Winter
difference
Soldier is my
in
favorite
finishing.
movie ever.
Well, it's one of the best Marvel movies.
I
for
think
sure.
it's the best
The
Marvel
close
movie.
Khabib is the closest with 7,
It's-
but
it's-
arguably besides his like most recent fights, again competition level. You know what I mean? Because the guys he fought for the title and on crazy competition, but people like Ali, Quinta, stuff like that.
I think
Right.
Winter Soldier's like the tightest, most perfect movie. You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
Like
Yes,
it's the best fucking.
The story, like the way the story
It's not the
goes.
greatest story, like you know what I mean. It's hard to top it like Infinity War, but Winter Soldier like
See, I don't
I
even.
feel like Captain America could have finished Winter Soldier
That's-
though. He could have finished him, but he went to decision and let him escape.
That scene in the when Fury's in the car and all the cops come and like that whole scene is like my
Yeah.
favorite scene in the
I
movie
mean, it's a
ever.
little
And the elevator
It's a little
scene.
ridiculous that he digs through the concrete ground though and gets out.
Well, it's
like-
it's Marvel. They have crazy technology.
Yeah, so
So
Anyway.
back to
ranking
this.
the Marvel
So-
movies. Bring up Winter Soldier and see.
So Anderson Silva 26 finishes, Jones 16, Khabib 19, GSP 14. Other thing about those 26 finishes is they were also across multiple weight classes.
But the competition at the weight classes weren't that great.
I agree. Maybe they weren't as good.
mean-
but if you want to talk about dominant, that's
We're
how you
talking
dominate.
about
You
the
finish
4 greatest
everybody.
fucking fighters
I mean,
of
it's
all
just like
time.
different
I think
criteria.
I think the main thing for me was like nobody was even talking about Anderson Silva at all. It was just the other 3.
Yeah,
Dude, but
why
number-
did- yeah,
number-
that's
the-
stupid.
Number 5 though is like Mighty Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mighty Mouse was fucking
Yeah.
unstoppable until he lost to Pseudo by razor
But
thin
that I
decision.
look at that at level of competition. And
Bad,
don't think
too.
It's
bad.
It's not
Yeah.
near any of
Well,
them.
now the division has evolved. I feel like it. Dana White's probably
This is
like.
probably the first time I've been excited for that weight division.
I
Yeah,
don't
me
know
too.
if he's mad about what happened with the trade with Askren, or if he's
Mighty
like,
Mouse
I
is
mean, I
great
got
though,
to do
still.
what they did to Askren.
I think-
like, he
I
didn't
think
like
it
Ben Askren
helped.
anyways, but I would like to see DJ back in the UFC.
I mean, it's just like his performances were so good, and he was like legitimately great everywhere. Like 'cause you look at skill sets, like John Jones is dominant, but like no one would say John Jones has great hands. There's
For the
always
rec-
skill
Yeah.
deficiencies.
I called the crew. I called or not crew.
Pseudo.
Cejudo beating him.
Yeah.
Like, I
He
just-
barely beat him though. That fight was
Yeah.
like literally just like he got some takedowns on him and
Yeah.
one on takedowns.
it's supposed
I
to.
agree.
I don't think Mighty Mouse would be the champion of that division anymore, though. Like,
That's tough for me to
I don't
say.
know. I've never seen him.
That dude threw a person in the air and then caught him in an
that was
armbar.
great. yeah.
I'm really curious to see what happens with the Figueiredo Perez, like to see if just
Perez is
Figueiredo
pretty
fight
good.
again. I know that's why it's
Yeah.
not Joseph Benavidez, so
Or I mean, Garbrandt would have been. That was the fight.
That was the fight,
really
too. Yeah.
Exciting. Like,
yeah, that would have been.
But
I'd be in a fetal position the whole time, rocking back
I
and
think.
forth.
I mean, I
like,
think Garbrandt was gonna win. I think he would.
I don't know. I don't trust. I can't trust his chin and his like fight IQ.
He doesn't have the accuracy. I don't know. I just think he's big
He's
enough
just
to
so
like bully
fast.
him a little bit.
Also, the weight cut though too. You see what Dillashaw
Yeah.
went through and got
and
cracked.
was on.
That's probably a
EPO,
really-
But now Cody does walk around a lot. lighter
Even
than
for a
TJ.
smaller guy,
Fat Tyler.
that weight
Yeah.
cut is probably hard as fuck. Like for any man to get to 125 pounds, like
Right.
it's probably really hard. Like that's a lot. Like that's a very.
I gotta
small
try to
weight.
get to 125 pounds.
EPO.
Yeah.
There you go.
I gotta get to it. Up. I gotta go up.
Oh, you gotta gain weight.
I gotta go up.
Creatine from Walmart.
Peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah. Or you could do the Overeem horse meat diet. You could do
Yeah.
that and bulk up 50 pounds of
I'm
muscle.
about to just go to like Route 22 and Garden Grill and eat bison burgers all the time.
But yeah, like
Go to Colorado or something and shoot a elk and bring it back.
it's
And
probably
eat
you
it.
can hang out with Joe Rogan. And
That's what I'm saying. Eat a lot of elk.
he's
I've
always talking
never-
about either like
never heard of
fucking elk.
But here's the thing, like it's almost my stepmom said that she didn't eat meat for 4 months and felt the best in her life that she ever felt. But then, like you said, you used to be vegan and now you're not. I take
Right.
it. So
Yeah.
it's like I feel like some people that don't do it for the whole like animal thing, they always come back. But then you have someone like Nate, who's a vegan. And
I don't think he's a vegan. I think Nick is a vegan. I think Nate sort of eats like that sometimes. As far as
Probably because they live together.
Yeah. Do they live together
I
still?
don't know.
I don't know. I thought
There's no way they live together. They're like 38 and 30. Like,
Yeah, but have you
Nate's
seen their
got-
lifestyles?
Nate has
it. We're
kids.
brothers.
They still live.
Nate has kids?
Nate has
Bash
kids.
brothers.
That's
What?
crazy. No matter what, they still live in Stockton.
Yeah.
Stockton.
Yeah, you won't tell me they don't live together. In my mind, don't ruin that for me.
Don't ruin that.
What
The
is?
kids
Do
all
we
live
still have
together.
another fight to pick? Where they go?
No.
No, that's it. We're actually going to be moving on to the news, and we're going to start with good old Kevin Lee.
Oh my god.
I'm out.
His head tattoo? Is that what it is?
Oh, you got that tattoo. He looks ridiculous.
If we could find it here.
I
It was
hate
up.
him.
It was up.
hate it.
top.
Hate everything he's ever did.
Right here.
Don't like
I
him.
think you're such a hater that you love him.
I fucking.
You love to hate him.
Oh, this makes me say even more.
Right.
Go away, Kevin Lee.
I kind of like Kevin Lee. I don't like him that much,
No,
but I
you
kind
don't.
of.
You do not like Kevin Lee.
I think he's a pretty
You
decent
just
fighter.
like him because I
Look at
hate
this.
him so
What
much.
is
Kind
this?
of, yes.
Look at this nonsense.
Does he ever explain
Looks
like
like-
what it is?
Hit play on that.
Why does his ear
Will
look
that play?
drawn
That's
on?
Yeah,
cultural
it's just-
appropriation right there. That's
His
probably-
ear looks drawn on.
It does look drawn on.
Oh, dude! Did you see the dude get his ear fucking
Jesus.
torn off?
Oh yeah.
You guys forgot? You guys forgot about the guy getting his ear torn
No,
off?
I
didn't
didn't
forget
forget
about
about it.
it.
I just didn't want to talk about it. It's
I didn't see it.
gross.
Dude, was that prelims when that happened?
What is that?
Look at him looking at it on his.
I can't tell what it is.
I have no idea. Is it armor? Is it fire?
Stupid.
What
are
is this?
those
What are those?
lines?
Yeah, what are those lines?
I almost want to show this to my tattoo artist.
Like
Be
what?
like, can you break
Piano
this down for
keys.
me?
What happened, Kevin Lee?
But look, somebody got their ear torn off last night.
You should look it up.
Yeah.
Look
Look
it
it
up. Let's watch it.
Oh
It's
god,
beautiful.
it was.
But actually, I think Kevin Lee's not bad. He's
Yeah.
not a bad fighter.
Right
You
there,
guys
middle, right
shit.
there.
He's a lot more skilled than you guys shit on him for. I think.
I don't
Well,
care.
he
No
knocked
offense.
Gregor Gillespie.
Yeah, that's a
I
great
don't
knockout.
care about
It
his
was
skill. I don't
awesome.
like him as a human being.
Oh
He-
god. Oh,
Oh,
that's some terrible cauliflower
Jesus.
ear.
How did that happen?
Oh, his cauliflower ear.
Oh my
Go down.
God. That's
Zoom in.
oh my
I can't.
God.
Like,
Zoom
I
in.
literally cannot.
That is so
That's a-
gross.
Zoom in closer.
That's a horror movie.
Quit listening to him.
Look at
Yes,
that.
stop.
Oh, that is
I'm not
so
going
bad.
to look. You guys are going to tell
I'm
me
so
when
glad I
I can
remembered
look.
But did you see it though?
I did see it.
I'm so glad I remembered that.
Oh my
I don't-
God.
I'm not.
That is so bad.
It's dope.
That is he just in out. In,
I'm just glad I don't have cauliflower ear and I don't have to worry
Circle
about this.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, it popped.
Man.
It did a lot more than just popped.
Tore it right off his head, dude.
Okay.
Oh Lord, we took it down.
No, it's still up.
It's
I
gone.
can see it out of
It's
the corner of my
gone.
eye.
Gone.
I just can't look right on at it. Like I can
It's
like.
beautiful.
You gaze into the abyss, and the
Oh my God.
abyss gazes back at
why I
you.
want-
I gotta be honest. Brandon was staring at it really intently.
I can't stop looking at it. I'm not grossed out by it.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's gross, but like,
But
whatever.
with
Oh,
what
that's
you
a
were
good
saying about
skill.
Kevin Lee, he does have the skills. He just sucks.
Yeah, as a human.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, he always shows flashes of this skill, and then the next fight, he seems like he doesn't
he
belong in
misses
there.
weight. He fucking
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, I feel like he's underwhelming. His career is very underwhelming
He
based on
thinks
how.
he's better than he is. He's just all
Well,
around.
to be-
I'm going to be agreeing with you here. To be fair, he might be the biggest waste of talent I've seen in the UFC.
'Cause, like, the
the
way-
talent is there.
If
Yeah.
you guys remember that Barboza fight, he beat the shit out of Barboza. He almost got finished and came back and like beat the shit out of Barboza.
Yeah.
And Barboza is who he is in the division. He's not like the best, but he beat him arguably worse than Khabib beat Barboza. I think.
Yeah.
you
Maybe
know,
that's what it is, though. He takes that skill for granted, though, and
Right.
I think that's part of it. I think it's the mental aspect. He's like, I know I'm this good,
Right.
and he doesn't. I don't know if he doesn't put the work in, or
but
I don't know, but
and,
it's
like,
not good.
Maybe it's the way he portrays himself, but like it's hard to like shit on him for like having self belief. Whenever you have to assume every fighter ever in the that fights has to believe
You
that in
have to
themselves.
believe you're the best.
And like
in
maybe
the
it's the way he
world.
Well, you
portrays
have to
that
believe
And
thought.
you no
that-
matter
you have
what-
to believe that with patience and training and all that, you can achieve that. Not that like I'm the fucking best there is right
Yeah.
now, and there's
Believe
no
to
getting better.
achieve.
And no matter
Yeah.
what, anybody can beat anybody on any given day.
Yeah,
it
and-
just happens.
Yeah,
Right.
and I feel like if he's still fairly young, and it's not like he's like a total washout. He just is like very inconsistent.
It's
in his
just like you
performance.
I
said,
want him to
though,
go away.
He
Yep.
went to TriStar, and it's like TriStar really doesn't have anybody but like Rory McDonald and GSP. I mean, they got good wrestlers, but
Yeah, and like it's one of those camps where you kind of question the training and whether or not like it's same thing with Greg Jackson's gym now.
Yeah.
If someone's like they're from Greg Jackson, I'm like, yeah,
Right.
that'd be cool in 2009, but
Right.
like nowadays
Evolve.
you need to find a better gym.
Yeah, because I mean, John Jones is pretty much it. The one Holly Holm, I guess, right? She's still there.
Yeah.
no Michelle Watterson.
But Michelle Waters, I mean, we just talked about her.
no,
like,
right.
yeah.
We just shit all over her career.
That's just the point I'm trying to make, like,
Who are we?
Yeah,
Who are we?
Jesus
We're
Christ.
nobody.
these bums.
These
We're all bums.
should beat my ass.
Yeah, I mean,
She'll
Michelle Waters
decision
probably
you.
should
Little
She'll
podcast.
well, I forget what we were talking about, but I was watching, I think, the last episode, and you said something about Jones would decision you. It'd be close, but it'd be a decision.
Oh, you mean the intruder or
With
the
the
whatever?
yeah.
Yeah. You lose on one scorecard, I think, right?
Right.
But I heard that like that old joke about like if John Fitch got into a bar fight, he would like he'd get a decision and like land the guy for 25 minutes in a bar. Just like
Yeah. All the patrons would become bored at the whole fight.
You're right. Nobody's even paying attention to it.
Give me a beer.
John Fitch like was like on a like 8-fight winning streak at one point after GSP again. And like,
Yeah, I mean, he was impressive at what he did, but it was not.
It's
you weren't
fucking
causing
crazy
damage.
that
It wasn't fun.
John Fitch would nullify everybody, and then GSP gets a hold of him, and
Beats the
John
shit out
Fitch
of
is
him.
John Fitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just-
and then Johnny Hendricks like blasts him with like his like steroid punch that he obviously was on at the time.
Obviously,
God.
Yeah, because like his career. Took
Obvious fuckingly.
yeah. His career took a dive, and he went all dad bod
I
all
was,
day.
like annoyed with GSP when he left, but looking back, it's like, yeah, dude, you were right. Like they all are on fucking
Yeah.
roids. Like,
And I think-
Everybody's on steroids.
Dude, I think GSP was on steroids too at some point.
I
His body is just like
Why? Just because he looks like a Greek statue?
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that why?
yeah all year round without cutting for a bodybuilding
Right.
competition.
Never
Yeah,
seen him touch a weight.
yeah, just huge ass traps in the middle of a fight,
Does-
just ripped.
He
I
does
don't know if-
gymnastics.
I don't know if it's true or not, but Josh Thompson said that his whole career fighting, he never once lifted weights.
Some fighters
Some-
don't.
Yeah, well, the Bo
That's
Jackson said the same
crazy.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And like also, who's that one football player that fought?
Herschel Walker
Yeah,
also said
how he
that.
ea one salad a day or whatever, and did
Yeah.
like 2,000 push-ups in like 2,000.
He might have.
Yeah, probably did do that. Yeah.
Now Herschel Walker may have never lifted a weights and just did push-ups, but he probably juiced while he was doing push-ups. I mean, Herschel Walker, his body is insane at like 50.
I think we always talk about how like ripped black guys are in comparison to like
With,
white
like,
It
guys
doesn't matter.
randomly.
Look, Jacob, pull up Herschel Walker.
Pull a black
He's
guy.
Herschel Walker's
Pull
a
up random
special
black guy that's
freak,
ripped.
dude. Like,
He's a special freak for sure, but you can't tell me this dude wasn't taking some kind of performance-enhancing drugs. He was fighting in Strike Force at like 50. You want to pull up images, yeah, and just look at that. Come on,
juice.
get the fuck out of here.
Right up
Shut
there.
the fuck up.
Look
Yeah,
at that, dude.
yeah.
Oh
Click on
my
that particular
God.
picture.
He's a freak.
In the
dude.
top 10 jacked athletes over
Yeah.
40. I kind of want to look at that list.
Like
Yeah, I
that
kinda
is
do too.
insane.
That's a little interesting.
That's all push-ups on the natch.
It's crazy he just
On the
like
net.
fought.
That's all push-ups.
He looked like
on
that
the
at
natch.
16.
What's he doing? 17 million push-ups a day, dude.
Yeah, right. Does it list more people on here?
yeah.
Who?
He's not.
Well, I
doesn't
see
look
on there.
jacked.
Get out of here.
Why
Yeah.
does it so blurry?
This sucks. Never mind.
Klitschko doesn't even look that jacked. He
Nope.
looks like he's in good shape, but
So Herschel
It's
Walker
horrors.
puts all these
Randy
people.
he was on
Before.
TRT, like admittedly. So
Just get out of here.
Yeah.
what is this article?
Yeah,
Well,
the only one who was
what's
truly
next?
jacked was Herschel Walker.
But good at one. Good at one. Let's see who one is. This clown shoes article.
His clown shoes article.
We can't even get the one.
Who's?
Man, Bleacher Report, get your shit together.
Man, this website sucks.
Hey, tweet Bleacher Report and tell them their website's terrible.
We attack everybody. She's impressive. I'm gonna give her that.
All right.
She's 74.
Who is- what?
Jesus.
Fighter?
Because these are people
I'd
over
whip
40.
her
Like,
ass,
keep
dude.
that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, like, it's like China looking. Like,
Yeah, but hopefully Ted is actually the number one, right? Because
trying-
Herschel Walker so
Yeah,
far
he
is
was
the
pretty
most
big.
jacked. He's still nowhere near as ripped as fucking Herschel Walker is.
Yeah.
If he's not number one,
there's nothing left.
there's just a break in the page. There's a full page of nothing.
All right, well, let's get out of it.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see
I warned
number
you
one.
at the beginning that this was going to be bad.
At least though, it wasn't like you had to click on a new page for
Oh,
every
those
person.
are the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm not doing this. I'm not seeing where the top 10 WCW wrestlers, where their careers went. I don't care enough
Get
about
10
this
viruses on my way.
shit. Yeah, it's like pop-ups every single page.
How are there 13 pop-ups on
And when you
this?
get a pop up on your phone, that's how you know it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
What
the
news?
other news was the next thing of news we had was Dana White says he hopes they loosen up on marijuana restrictions,
Me too.
but you can't show up high.
Nico Price.
Well, who the fuck
Did
does?
something?
Right.
Did something
Nico Price
happen?
got suspended for weed.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
I remember this one. Do you guys remember Matt Riddle, that UFC fighter? He was also a wrestler. He's a WWF
Yeah,
wrestler.
yeah.
Whatever. I remember an interview like about 7 years ago. He said he has like 5 kids. He said if he doesn't smoke weed, he got kicked out for weed from the UFC. If he didn't smoke weed, he would beat his kids.
Oh.
I'm like, why would you say that out
You're
loud?
giving us an ultimatum, like, if you don't let me smoke this weed, I'm
about
going to
fuck
fuck
these
these kids up.
And Nico Price has a lot of kids, so I'm like, maybe he just needs to smoke weed so he also doesn't beat his kids.
You're an asshole.
You're the worst.
Weed doesn't fucking have that much of an effect.
Like-
Where you're like, it's either I smoke this fucking weed or I'll beat these kids.
Yeah, maybe go
You're
to
just a
therapy.
dick.
Maybe have therapy
Right.
instead
Yeah.
of weed.
Yeah. You might need to talk to
Both
somebody.
of those.
Take a tranquilizer.
So when I
you
thought
fuck.
of that, I put the kids together. I'm like, well, maybe he smokes a lot of weed because of kids. I don't know.
What does this say? When asked if the UFC is working with the commission on evolving its stance on marijuana, White said it's been a long process that's still in the works. He says, we've been working on that for a very long time. I'm surprised that actually happened. Da-da-da-da. They must have been way over the threshold. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just sensibly like, don't smoke weed that close
That
to your
night,
fight,
yeah.
or like whatever. I don't know when the night it was. He
I don't
smoked
care
weed.
how much weed
I
you
think- I
smoke.
don't
You don't
think you
have
can
to smoke
smoke-
weed the day before.
I
or
don't
the
think
day
you can
of.
smoke 48. It's either 40, maybe 48 or 72 hours before a fight. I'm not.
Sounds like
exactly
cocaine.
I mean, if it was
Yeah.
up to me, I'd be like, you can smoke right before. I don't care. Like that,
Yeah.
it's not gonna do
You know how many
anything.
times I bet Nick Diaz was fucking ripped.
I think
Like,
when he beat Gomi, he was
It
like
doesn't
high. He said,
Enhance your
Mhm.
performance, and it probably doesn't. If
Well,
you're-
jiu-jitsu
if you-
guys
if
say
you-
it
if you're
helps them.
confident enough to smoke weed before you go out to a fight in front of
All those
thousands of
people?
then it's fine.
You might
Like,
not be
whatever.
able to get me to come out of the locker room.
They all know I'm high.
There's way too many people.
"Did you guys see that documentary on New Jack the wrestler?" And the
New
the-
Jack's
I haven't
the
watched
shit.
it
it's
yet.
fucking dude. He would snort coke right before his match,
Yeah.
and like,
Well, Jake the Snake Roberts, they said there was times where he was like, I will not go out there unless you bring me heroin.
I think it was crack. Wasn't he a crackhead or?
I think it was crack, yeah.
Ah, that's
crack.
good.
Yeah, that's
think
much better.
Scott Hall, you realize
Yeah.
I heard Scott Hall fell off the wagon again. He
Yeah,
showed
that's
up-
sad.
unfortunate.
Showed up for some autograph signing all fucked up. It sucks.
Like he needs to go move back in with DDP.
Yeah.
I just never leave.
Because he was like on death's door.
I'm not gonna lie to you, DDP's fucking impressive.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
good.
he's
dude.
a fucking monster.
Yeah,
He's
Oh,
fucking
dude.
impressive, and the shit he does with that
Changing
DDP
lives,
yoga,
dude.
he for real is. It's fucking nuts.
He's like 60 years old.
Yeah, he can like lift his leg up like
He's
a
a hero,
maniac.
dude.
Yeah,
Good dude.
Talk about jacked athletes though.
Yeah.
He's like 60 and like better shape than a lot of guys.
yeah.
probably.
It's definitely that yoga body, not really jacked, but
Yeah.
but it's impressive, man.
I think he started training wrestling when he was like 40 already. He was like 40 years old or 38 or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I
he
mean,
was real late. He was like a
saved
club
Scott Hall's
owner and
life
stuff
for-
like
I
that.
mean, despite what Scott Hall might be doing now, like he extended your life.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
And Jake
Jake the Snake,
he
too.
saved his life too.
Yeah, without a doubt.
All right, sorry about that.
All right, so what's next in the news that we got there, Jacob?
Jake the Snake killed.
On a crack bench.
Yeah, fuck.
All right, so
wrong.
the Bellator Featherweight Grand Prix to resume with
Pitbull and Carvalho.
yeah. Do they have all the matchups listed on here? Because that's really what I wanted to see.
I'm not. They're
I'm excited to see
sure.
AJ McKee fight.
I know, me too.
He's pretty good.
No, it doesn't look like they have it. But I might actually pay attention to the Grand Prix.
He might give it a whirl.
Might give it a whirl.
I'm
We'll
sure
see.
if you just type it in the whole thing, it might give you the.
I mean, I feel like if you like fights, it's like sometimes there's high level fights outside the UFC. You just gotta watch them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean,
The
seriously.
problem is you got to watch a lot of them to get to some of those other ones.
Well, you gotta fight fucking. You gotta watch Jake Hager or whatever fight some random fat can or whatever. It's just like
The meat packer.
fucking
Well,
Jack Swagger fight some.
Well, but then you watch the fight that you think should be like just a fucking great fight
It's
in
not.
Bellator, and it's not. not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Number
God
2.
damn it.
Did you see that Jack Swagger beat some random? Well, Jack Swagger
There we go.
last
there we go.
on the
That's
Musasi
where we're at
card.
in the
I seen that.
injury.
Yeah.
He beat the guy he beat was an ex-Steelers player, and he also had a like right-wing militia tattoo on his arm.
Sweet.
Nice.
Makes sense to me.
So, Darian
Not very
Caldwell.
surprising.
So Darian Caldwell in. Okay, so Pitbull and Carvalho are fighting this weekend.
Did you just make this, Jacob? Did you just make this bracket?
That was quick.
Impressive.
I'm excited. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the Emmanuel Sanchez Daniel Weichel fight because
This never
Because
ever
why?
12th in this
because depending on how I think Pitbull's going to win. Obviously, I think
Yeah.
Pitbull's going to win the whole thing. But I think the other person in this thing in this tournament that has a good chance of winning it is Emmanuel Sanchez
Yeah.
if he gets by.
I think
Daniel
Michael's
Weichel.
not that good. He's okay, but he's pretty basic.
Yeah, when they were picking the things, they had made a statement about
I actually remember.
he was dodging somebody. I think it was.
I actually remember
Darian
the fight.
Caldwell.
Saul Rogers was on The Ultimate Fighter. He looked really good. He was gonna win that tournament, but he got like a visa problem. He's like British,
Mhm.
but he was on The Ultimate Fighter, and he I think he beat Ryan Hall, if I believe, and then he had visa problems, and Ryan Hall fought Artem Lobov in the finals, if I remember correctly. Now he's in Bellator.
Artem Lobov.
The GOAT.
The goat.
And then AJ McKee and Darian Caldwell.
Oh, shit.
But
AJ McKee's dad fights.
they fought on the same card before, right?
Mhm.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Should have fought Herschel Walker.
Right.
Fuck it.
I'm not going anywhere near Herschel Walker.
But I think Pitbull's gonna take the whole thing. He's just too dominant.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most of these guys would fit right in the UFC and be fine,
Mhm.
and not be as successful.
Like you
But
said,
I think Pitbull probably could be up there though.
Bellator's lower divisions have the talent.
Yeah, if you get to like middleweight and welterweight's just like 5 people.
Aaron Pico's fighting a kid from Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
John
the Jesus.
DeJesus.
The Jesus, yeah.
When's that fight gonna happen?
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember.
Because
when it
Pico's
was.
like his chin's not good.
No, I think
should wrestle.
John's gonna beat him.
I think they fucked up his Pico's career.
Well, like Pico's just like he should have. I mean, he was like 0-0 when he was this hype prospect, and he's good. It's just like you need to manage your career right. You can't give him like killers instantly.
Yeah.
Just because he's
Mhm.
talented, because you have
Right,
to
just
ease
because
them
he has
into that.
hype.
Yeah. And that's how you like derail somebody forever, and they don't. It's hard to recover from that
Yeah.
sort of losses.
Or Sean O'Malley just gets kicked in the leg a lot.
Sean O'Malley versus Aaron Pico. Do it.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Sign it up.
He'd probably smoke Aaron Pico.
Probably.
They're not even, are they in the same division? I don't know what Aaron Pico fights at. Is he 135 or 145?
I
Good
honestly have
question.
no
I'm
clue.
not sure.
He's a little guy, so
Yeah, I think maybe
135.
think so.
You looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. While he looks that up, let's go ahead and just get to the next one.
Yeah.
Featherweight.
But I feel like
45.
Bellator, he seems small for that division. But I feel like Bellator does a decent job signing like prospects whenever they can. Sometimes the UFC passes on people. I don't know why they do. Like Aaron Pico,
I know.
realistically should have been signed with the UFC.
Yeah,
and
when
just
you
given.
got other guys that are not nearly like that.
But I
Right.
mean, it's kind of you see what's. I mean, the UFC probably would have fucked his career up too.
I
Well-
like that one. You can stay on that one. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but I feel like there was a better way to do it. He could have been on the Contender Series. He could have been on a development
Well,
contract.
yeah, that's
like
true.
that.
That's true too.
Ooh.
So here we have Benil Dariush wants Charles Olivier fight rebooked. It's a fight that makes sense, the most sense, and I like that fight, man.
Yeah, stylistically,
Yeah.
it'd be interesting.
No,
No, that's lightweight Oliveira.
yeah.
What? Why?
It's
Okay.
two Bronx.
Yeah. I like that. I like that fight a lot, to be honest, because I'm very impressed by Dariush.
No one's even fucking booked at lightweight in top like division. It's
I
like
guess.
limbo.
I think Oliveira should fight Ferguson, but I guess they don't-
I
I
mean,
don't
he
know.
says he deserves inclusion in title conversation. I mean, he's right.
He is right, but that
To a
doesn't mean it's going to
degree.
happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
And-
do like a Royal Rumble and have them all on the same cage at one time. Whoever loses.
That's a
Wasn't
hell of
the-
a sell.
It wasn't there a fucking wasn't there a fight league that was like that?
It was like tag team.
It was like there was one that was like four on four in there at the
Yeah.
same time.
It's like
Man.
Russian MMA.
Shit got crazy for a while.
Yeah. We need to start covering
Why
that.
would I want to watch that? It's just nuts.
Fuck the
Like,
UFC. Let's watch Russian
Man.
tag team wrestling 4-on-4.
Then there was that one that
These six
there was
guys
that
in the
one
shit.
where the people were it was arm wrestling, but you could also like punch and do submissions. For real, that shit's crazy. Man, actually, pull that up.
I like the slap.
MMA,
The slap one.
MMA arm wrestling.
That huge guy.
See if you can find a
that.
video.
Oh, you'll
Contact.
find a video. So someone has showed me this before. I
Beast
just
his
can't
soul
remember
out
who it
of it.
was.
People are throwing arm bars up on the table and shit.
What?
Yeah, there. Just click on that first
XR.
video.
The name X-Arm is like the most 90s thing
I
I've ever
believe
heard in my life.
I believe the guy who started this, he actually was one
It's
of the
insane.
original guys that was involved in the UFC.
What?
Sad. Like, this is like the most niche product
Try to
ever.
go ahead and try
Yeah,
to
he wants
get
to-
through to the. Although this is high promotion, this is high quality.
Arm wrestling ruins all of it.
Oh no, dude! Just
pull out
wait.
the arm wrestling. All right, now he's gonna kick him straight in the head. What the fuck?
Dude, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. What?
That should happen every time.
That is dangerous, dude.
What's stopping you from not just arm wrestling at all?
Every time I'm arm barring you. All right, give me that arm.
How do you win?
Oh, just-
What? It's just so random.
Dude, is that Johnny Hendricks?
this is so. This is so fucking insane.
Why? What does this prove?
Imagine
my
this being
God.
someone's son. Like, you know,
Like you're gonna do what?
Yeah,
Proud of you.
that's your career. My son's the X-Arm champion.
What do you think they make if they win? Like $500?
Gift cards.
Gift cards, Applebee. Oh, that dude is out. And his arm is.
He's hanging.
Oh
Dumb.
my God.
This is on ESPN 5.
The outro.
Oh man,
Okay, well then.
We should start an X-Arm podcast.
it's so fucking crazy. What were,
Be on the ground floor with no other podcasts to compete with.
what were we? What are we looking at after that?
I think I seen a interview with Hawani and some of the X-Arm guys he had on. It was a slow show.
Are you serious? Man,
No,
Jesus, I was gonna say
Slow show that week.
Yeah.
X-Arm champion here.
So we briefly talked about this already, but Darren Till out, Kevin Holland in versus Jack Hermanson. I think we all in agreement. Like, good for Kevin Holland. Any fan of his has to be a little nerve-wracked though, just because of how high of a jump that is in
He's
competition.
probably gonna be huge.
I'm not
underdog.
nervous. Like he's like some little kid that's gonna
He's
fight
not my
someone.
son.
Like, you know.
But
it's like-
I'm not saying that. But I mean, like, if you like we were talking earlier, like in fans' eyes, they'll be like, "See, nothing." You know what I mean? It's
Right.
it's just what
They shouldn't
happens.
though. That's a big jump for him. If he is really
Oh,
competitive, that's really good.
This fight's
for
a
him.
fucking banger
Yeah.
fight right
Yeah,
here.
it is. That's I have that written down.
Neil versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Yeah, Steve Thompson versus Jeff. I'm excited for
This
that.
This is a bad
Yeah.
matchup for Jeff Neal, though. I think.
I think Stephen Thompson won against Darren Till anyway. So
Yeah, Stephen Thompson's actually underrated. Like somehow, like he's like he could be champion. Like
Yeah.
really think about it. Like there's not much.
Yeah.
Him versus
Could tip
Usman.
one way or
I'd
the
like
other.
Usman probably would win,
Probably.
but it would be closer than I think.
Yeah,
You know that you would think with that.
Usman would smother that motherfucker.
yeah, probably.
Cause I don't know. I feel like Usman's really good, but he's not as explosive as like even like Woodley when he was fighting pretty well. Like Woodley was very explosive and like his punching was a lot better than Usman. Usman's striking is just okay.
Yeah,
So-
but well, I mean, his striking is better if he does it. That's the big problem with Tyron Woodley, and even in the Wonder Boy fights, like he doesn't. There's no output.
Yeah, but I feel like though if it was a prolonged striking battle with Usman and he couldn't really pin him against the cage, it'd be interesting to see how Thompson dealt with that because he has good angling off the cage and distance. So
yeah, he fights with that straight karate stance.
right. I mean, like he's always a hard
Excuse
matchup
me,
for anybody
that's
in the
awful.
division.
Foreigner.
What?
she's not interested in this at all.
Terrible.
No, I'm just I don't know. My contacts once they
So
start
Cody
going
Garbrandt,
dry.
Birthday
right?
celebration.
Wake you up a little bit.
Shut up.
Who's that other cute guy you like?
All right, what's
I
next?
could go on. There's a lot of cute ones.
Who's the ugliest guy in the UFC?
I don't know.
Like who's someone who's like obviously ugly?
All right, so when
Okay,
was
okay.
this? This was okay. So this is
gossip, right?
So this is from November 3rd. So you might be right. They may almost have that sign now. But Robert Whittaker, this article in particular says Robert Whittaker not interested in Paulo Costa. The only real logical fight is Israel Adesanya.
See, Costa said his leg was fucked up for the.
Oh my
Izzy
God,
fight.
his excuses. They just keep fucking.
Well, who said that? Sorry.
Costa said his leg was messed up for the Adesanya
just
fight.
shut the fuck
And
up.
dude, he said he didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you're a grown man.
I was a little tired.
You're
and, like,
you're a grown man. Shut up.
Yeah, like, whose fault's that?
Right.
Who's
That's-
prank call? Adesanya prank called them all night and kept them up, I think.
It's a good move.
Yeah. That would be a good move.
Yeah, I like it. Although then Adesanya also has to be
You're
tired.
only
Yeah.
hurting your stock. Like people
Yeah.
are just like,
Stop with
Shut up,
the nonsense.
And, like,
Yeah.
he fucked up your leg in the fight, though.
yeah.
Your leg didn't look that fucked up until you started kicking it, really.
Yeah.
I don't
My
notice
leg
you
was
limping.
already a
Yeah,
little hurt.
Your leg was fucked up in the fight, like when he started kicking you in it.
So I guess we'll see what happens because like I said, it's something that both parties are interested in.
He said he's not interested.
In this article, yeah, but the one that they put up yesterday.
You're
said,
calling him out. Calling him out.
Fake
MMA
news.
Yeah,
junkie.
it could be all
Fake
fake
news.
news. You never know.
Fake news.
So I guess we'll
for
figure it
sure.
out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, to me, the fight does actually make sense.
I
Because
mean-
it just need to clear it up and get some more steam in that division, and
Yeah.
especially if Izzy goes to 205 and takes some fights there, it's like
Yeah.
let him fight, let him actually solidify number one contender.
Right.
Yeah, he already beat you, so prove that you deserve the shot.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any other news in there, or was that it? All right. Let's move on to upcoming cards.
Ooh.
So first one is UFC Fight Night. Rafael dos Anjos versus Islam Makhachev.
That's lightweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of
Also
the card
on
is-
that
Oh,
card
that card
is
is not very good.
nothing.
No.
Nothing else
But
is
those
on this
usually end up
card.
being the best fucking cards. Knockout, knockout, knockout.
Alex Morano might actually be the ugliest person in the
No,
UFC, though.
No, Saperbek Safarov. Look at him. He's very
Ben
ugly.
Askren's the ugliest.
If you, I mean, I know you're not interested in women's fights, but that Kay Hansen,
He's pretty good.
Corey McKenna fight should be interesting just to see, Kay Hansen's abilities.
Go to Saperbek Safarov. He looks like the guy from The Last Action Hero, the villain with the raincoat, whatever.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen that.
Oh.
But I guess we really only have one fight to talk about on here, huh?
Yeah,
this
let's not
card
see
is
this guy.
Not very good. I mean, it doesn't mean there's not good fights, but
Yeah,
Right,
It happens that way quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Like, there could be a lot of exciting fights
I
on
really
this.
don't know who any of these people are.
But
I'm not gonna
I
act
don't
like
know
do.
these people.
Hassan Al-Hassan's the one who just lost that. Remember he came back from the rape allegations?
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty good. Like, he's
Yeah.
interesting.
That was
He's fun.
bullshit.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was like one of our first podcasts.
Aw, so
Aw.
quaint. Such an innocent time
Remember when
back
Brandon
then.
defended the rapist?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, but real quick, let's touch on that Islam Makhachev. I'm going to say I'm rooting for Islam Makhachev. I think he should probably be able to handle that fight pretty easily.
I think Desanya is a gatekeeper, kind of.
I don't know very easily, but I feel like he's gonna win. I like RDA. I feel like he takes hard fights all
yeah,
the
dude, he
time,
had like
dude.
a
That's why I
string of
feel like
fights
he's like
where
a
it was
gatekeeper.
why did you do all
Someone
three
tell you
of
to
those
take
in
a
row?
striker.
Yeah.
Fight a striker once.
Yeah,
He fights wrestlers every fight.
And like he looks good, but like he just gets out wrestled and like he
Big brother him.
gasses. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't dislike him, but again, obviously another bad matchup because it's a wrestler, and I don't know. Islam just
Yeah, he's got it.
he looks impressive.
I
He-
think. Go ahead.
Good. His chin's not as good as Khabib's. He got knocked out already
It's
by.
gonna be another Dos Anjos fight though, where he gets out fucking wrestled.
Yeah, I'm actually rooting for him. I want him to win. Islam, I like him enough, but I like RDA. I feel like he's a gamer. He's like, I respect people who take fights that are stylistically hard fights for them and lose and do it again. I feel like
Yeah.
that's like getting back on the horse. Fuck it, I'll fight this wrestler next.
Right.
If I lost the number one wrestler,
You got to like
yeah,
I'll tell you what, I'll root for him as long as he doesn't have that mustache.
70s porno man.
Yours is I like yours more.
No.
All right, we can go on to the next card. Might as well touch on it.
who watches these random promotions that they like that I don't her yeah.
She seems to be into it.
Holy crap! Alan Joban's fighting.
I thought you retired.
Antonina's fighting on this card against Ariana. That should be and she's gonna
Yeah.
kill that girl, but
Shitty Shevchenko versus random girl.
Shitty
Awesome.
Shevchenko.
Is this gonna be Shogun's last fight?
Oh,
or
that
what?
Buckley's
Who?
on there.
Paul Craig, the great
Tim Means versus Mike Perry.
and storied.
oh, Mike
Paul
Perry
Craig.
did
Yeah.
get the fight.
This better be Shogun's last fight.
I can't believe this is a pay-per-view.
This is
This is the
Fight
worst
Night.
2-title fucking pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been
I
a
really
few.
like
fact-
Alex Perez's picture though. Like, well, here we are.
Yeah.
I guess.
I guess we're gonna do this shit.
Yeah, I don't
No,
want to pay
dude.
for that.
Actually, Miranda versus Royval is actually an excellent fight. That's like next contender right there.
Oh yeah,
Usually.
yeah. He is. Who did he fight that was like crazy in the end of a round or the beginning of a round? I can't
Royval
remember.
fought. He fought Kai Kara first.
Karakara France. That's the fight it was. They were slugging.
Yeah, and he
Oh
like
yeah, we both
Knocked
really,
each
we
other
all
down
really
like a
enjoyed
million
that
times
fight.
on
Yeah.
the Izzy card. Yeah.
and Ronda was really good too. But
Yeah.
besides that, like Chukadian versus Calvillo is
I
an
hope,
okay
she, I
fight.
hope she kills Cynthia Calvillo.
Yeah, I actually am rooting for Chukadian. She came back really fast. She just
Really
knocked-
quick.
She
yeah.
just like well, it's a body shot, so you can kind of recover from those pretty.
Yeah, it was. That's actually something you recover from. Not that much.
What's immediately after this card?
I feel like me.
Hold
I want Means to beat Mike Perry. By the way.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I want Means to beat Mike Perry. I'm no matter what. I'm always excited to see Valentina fight,
Yeah.
even if I think it's gonna be domination because it's
She's one of my
she's fun to
favorite
watch.
fighters. I love her, dude. Like,
And
she
I'm-
represents the women so well. Like that woman is literally one of the best strikers in UFC history.
Yeah, and I'm intrigued to see the main event, Figueiredo versus Perez, and also honestly, I want to see Paul Craig beat Rua and see
Yeah.
where he goes from there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but I like that guy.
The great and storied Paul Craig.
I saw that. I don't know if you guys know who. Oh, what's his fucking name? He fought Johnny Walker and lost. Black guy 205, really good striking, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, you're making me.
Think right?
Yeah.
Oh
That's-
shit! I'm gonna look it up now.
What season of the Ultimate Fighter? What season did they do 205ers? Who were the coaches?
He's the one that beat Eric Anders with like leg kicks and like Muay Thai. Oh, Khalil Roundtree.
Oh, yeah.
He re-signed with the UFC. He was gonna retire, but he re-signed with the UFC.
Khalil Roundtree did.
Yeah,
in
he's
hard-
actually pretty good.
I like
He's
Khalil
another
Roundtree a lot.
fighter that's in
Yeah.
hardcore.
I hope Figueiredo wins
What?
this
He's
fight,
what?
He
though.
was in, he
I do too.
like
Just
listens to like hardcore and was in a
keep
hardcore
that-
band and all
Yeah,
that.
he's like metal bands and shit.
Mhm.
Cody.
I like him though. He
Cody
was,
fight
yeah.
on.
he used to be really fat, I think, and like got in shape through MMA and like started fighting. It's pretty
The
cool.
next one after that
Blades
is
Lewis.
Blades Lewis, and then Hermanson.
What is that card? Yeah, what's Blaze Lewis?
Anthony
Anthony
Smith's
Smith.
on there.
Devin.
Hinato Moicano.
Zuma Gotov. That guy probably could fight good.
Blades
Wow,
Lewis.
Rachel Ostovich is finally fighting.
4 and 5 in the UFC.
I can't.
Or career, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna start.
I mean, Blades should.
You
walk Lewis
will
up.
fight her eventually, probably.
I
No,
pray
I
Derek
doubt
Lewis
it.
wins
I
this
know. I
fight.
hope he does.
She will be retired by then. She'll be 4 and
if
12.
Lewis does like improve his game enough to be able to beat Blades, well then
Yeah.
Lewis is a fucking
Contender.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, he already is a contender. He's
This
in
is
the
a
top
bad
five.
matchup.
It's a bad
But
matchup.
if he can stifle what Blades does, then damn.
I'm
you know?
praying for Derek Lewis in this fight. I really want a Derek Lewis
'Cause
win, but
Lewis
I don't like his chances.
Lewis legitimately does look like he improves every fight.
Every fight.
He adds something to his game every fight. I mean, I don't.
And
think,
he called for this fight.
Yeah, he wants it.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's got the wrestling to beat Blades, but man, if he can, then I'm really excited for Lewis.
I feel like this matchup's like.
Eddie's one of the most entertaining fighters.
Yeah, I would love to see him just get the title. Just
My balls was hot.
I love
Balls
this dude.
is hot.
I feel like this matchup's like in poor taste with the black on black violence and the Black Lives
Oh
Matter.
my
movement.
Here you
God.
go.
So I feel like this is very.
What
This is
are
in
you?
poor taste.
Oh,
You hate women.
this fucking
Paige
guy.
Van Zandt, they announced when she was doing her bare knuckle debut. Super
Yeah.
Bowl weekend, I guess.
Oh,
Who's it
Jesus
against?
Christ.
Johnny
I
Hendricks.
don't even know.
Johnny Hendricks versus Paige
She's
Van
gonna
Zandt.
she's gonna ruin her buddy maker.
Yeah, I don't. It's like I can never be excited for bare knuckle boxing. 'Cause it's like, do I want to see like ex MMA fighters cut each other with knuckles? Not
Watching
really.
the Artem versus
Jason Knight.
yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah, I
Paulie
just-
Malignaggi.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's just like I don't care about boxing really in general. Like I like some fights that are high level and like I'm like
Yeah,
a
Tyson
casual.
Fury and shit.
Yeah, I didn't care about boxing either, and then I gotta kind of learn how to, so I gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That's it's different when you have to train
In the
boxing.
lower, it's it's just hard to follow boxing because there's so many. There's WBC.
The way the
There's this.
promotions
There's
are,
that.
yeah.
It's awful.
There's
It's a nightmare.
You
Yeah.
can't. These two will never fight because this is DAZN and this is ESPN and you have Top Rank
Yeah,
and it's like
I don't think the zone's going to be
I
around
just
much
want
longer
to
anyway.
watch like Canelo. I like my girl Michaela Mayer, Loma obviously, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and
Right.
then Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder is another one that just makes excuses for himself.
Oh
First
my
he
God,
said,
dude.
First he
He's
said that his
poisoned.
walkout costume was too heavy, and then
Then
he
he's
said that
poisoned.
Tyson Fury put a rock in his glove or had something in his glove.
He
And
said his coach fucking poisoned him or
Yeah,
something.
then he was poisoned. Like, that's
Sleepy
just...
too.
Knock it off.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're making more excuses. Well, that's like Michael Venom Page in his last fight said that
It was boring, wasn't it?
the canvas was slippery, and that's why he could. But afterwards, he was doing backflips. If it was slippery, how you doing backflips, bud? Like, and you won, and you're complaining. Like, I don't.
Well, because
yeah.
it's like whenever you're fighting a can, you should crush the can completely, or you look terrible.
Does Jonathan Pierce look like the trailer park version of TJ Dillashaw?
Let's see.
Oh my god.
Where's he at?
He looks like Fat Tyler. Like,
Where's he at in the card?
He's like...
Says Sean was
Third
7.
down.
7th.
Oh.
Match 7.
Yeah, he looks like his meth cousin.
yeah, that's it. All right.
JSP.
JSP.
I hate that. It's like
Generic SP. dude.
All right.
it's like offensive somehow.
it definitely is.
I'm triggered by his nickname.
I do want to just real quick. We don't really have to go over it too much, but I do want to see what else is on that Hermanson versus Holland card.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Andy Smith needs a win bad. Like
I know.
Bad.
Yeah, he does.
Unknown
Yeah,
fighter.
small.
That's good.
versus Murad
Devasheli, we were talking about.
John Mahal
Yeah,
Hill.
that's cool.
St. Preux.
John Mahal Hill sounds like a
Betch Correa.
Mark Twain character.
So we're just gonna
That card sucks too.
Damn.
for the end of the year, huh?
Yeah.
Not much.
I guess I wonder if John Vellante is still fat or not.
I can't see him losing weight.
Well, he was.
That's
not.
how exciting this card
It
is
was
that
so-
we have to
What's
talk
the
about his
over/under
weight.
on his weight? What's the bookie's odds on him being fat?
Even Jacob got a big yawn out of this one.
It's gonna be pretty fast podcast these next
Well-
few months.
yeah. This is gonna be like
It'll pick up in March.
30-minute
We
episodes.
should do half wrestling podcast, half MMA podcast.
We're gonna have to come up with some stuff to fill in here,
Yeah.
So-
which we're pretty good at. So
What's the
Yeah,
cutest
we got
fighter?
He's the
Well,
cutest fighter.
Winter Soldier was the shit.
I
yeah.
think you guys already know the answer to that.
I don't know. It's like 3 fighters to me: either Cody or Andre Feely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Feely is.
Is it Feely?
Sexy man.
Cody?
It's Cody. Cody
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Cody
agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
the tattoos.
Cody's pretty attractive.
Do you like him better with a beard or not?
I'm not a really big facial hair person. Like, I don't know. I'm just glad he cut his hair again.
Sir.
You're at the wrong table.
Terrible.
I have a mustache, though.
I
I'm blessed.
don't know.
Bunch of ugly bastards at this table.
No. I don't know. I just prefer like clean shaven,
Feely-
younger looking.
We can get off of the what Nicolette's dating preferences are.
Yeah.
It's a weird
All you
sidetrack
fans
to
out
get
there
into.
who are interested, send her weird messages.
No.
Send her weird messages.
Yeah. If you're clean shaven, get in our DMs pretty fast.
Jump on in.
If you trade with Team Alpha Male and you're clean shaven,
unsolicited
Oh, go fuck
chin
yourself.
You're
unsolicited
manlet.
chin pics.
Someone told me I
Chin
need
pics.
to get. I need to make. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Someone told me I need to get a shirt that says "I'd fuck all of Team Alpha Male."
oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
It's like, that's not even.
If you
true.
wear a
Well,
shirt,
at
if
least
you
you
wear
weren't-
that shirt, I'll wear that
At
shirt.
least you're not fucking out Team Beta Male.
That's not even true. But okay.
I think we
Oh
should
my
all wear.
God.
I almost want to do it just to be like, "Fuck you,"
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
face.
I like that idea.
I'd fuck TriStar.
Or like something along, like not like those exact words, because I'm sure like if I really thought about it, I could come up with something a little more witty than that.
Yeah.
But just the gist of that, I was like, how about you just go fuck yourself?
Beth,
I-
There you go.
Beth Correa still fighting?
This is a retirement match.
Oh,
Versus-
exciting.
But actually, it's weird how like I'm actually like my favorite Kansas City kickboxing because that's like Izzy and Dan
Yeah.
Hooker and all.
Well, that's like this Carlos Oldenburg.
Oh yeah, the guy from the Contender series looked really good. Izzy's teammate just
Mhm.
like smashed some guy in the first round.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. he's
If you look
so
up,
good.
okay, I don't know if you guys want to do this, but the clips from that, like knockouts, the finishes on that episode were excellent.
Yeah.
A lot of
There's
front kicks.
two front kick knockouts.
Like Contender Series
The whole
has been
Contender
putting out
Series,
a lot of cool shit.
the whole
I gotta start watching
card
it.
for the next, I don't know, the whole season they call it.
Yeah.
I know one of Nate's teammates, Nicholas Maximov.
Nate Diaz's.
Yeah,
It's better than
he,
Tough, it seems like. You know?
he's fighting
Yeah.
on it.
Tough is kind of like, it's like not even a real simulation. It's like live in this house and cut weight 4 times
Live
in
the
fucking a
real
month or
world.
whatever. It's like,
When people
That's-
stop getting mean
Yeah.
and start getting real and punch you in the
Not
face.
to like circle back to Cody Garbrandt, but that
I love him.
season with him and
Yeah.
Dillashaw was
Yeah.
wild.
yeah.
And that was the only
Hanging with the
live season
boys.
that. Oh my god.
Yeah, did you see that? He's like drunk, like fucking saying it. It's like the Miss Sayo thing to say. It's like Cat is Sayo quotes. It's like, hanging with the boys. Okay.
All
You're
right.
from
Fuck-
Ohio for sure.
Yeah.
like this part of Ohio.
Yeah.
All right. We got anything else?
I don't
No.
think so.
I think that is it.
Next
Probably have some quick episodes coming up unless we start watching the Contender Series, because the Contender Series might be more entertaining than some of these cards we have coming up.
I feel like we can get together and like
we can talk about some.
some
Our
like past
favorites
shit or
and
whatever,
stuff,
like
too.
top 10, top 5, top underrated. We could
Yeah.
have some
Yeah, for
sort
sure.
of theme discussions. That,
Yeah, we got that group message. We should just get on there and kick some ideas around.
Yeah, and maybe announce on the page what kind of theme would be. Like we're doing this week. If you're gonna tune
Or like,
into this,
or like what
Yeah.
people want to like, what you guys want to know about.
Yeah.
Really.
or like have questions for each other. Like, what's the worst fight you've ever seen? Or
Yeah.
like, because I like sort of like opening up conversations like that because we get on tangents, but we have to wrap back around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like a free form discussion
don't
over
have to,
MMA
we
is
can-
kind of nice sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the nice thing about having Fight Pass and ESPN Plus is there's so much at your disposal.
Yeah, and also too like if we've been watching for a while, like most of us have been watching for a few years. You've been watching like 4 years, right? And
Mhm.
us
2016.
is like a decade.
Yeah, long
So
Yeah.
like you see a lot of fighters come and go, and there's a lot of like underappreciated fighters that like in fights that I remember watching back then. And it's like it's weird the timeline of like how they fall out and their career just kind of washes away.
Yeah.
It's just like interesting to reflect upon like old fight cards, or like if we could bring up an old fight card and go through it and say, oh, that fight was
Yeah.
like UFC 104. What was that? And then we'll go look it up and see what's up on it, and maybe have some discussions about old
Oh,
fights.
that's actually a pretty cool idea. Just like pull up random UFC
And
cards.
see who's on there, and see who's still in the UFC, see where the career went, and
Yeah.
anecdotes about him. But
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. MMA Fools, we're out.
all right,
Goodbye.
peace.
Bye.
Bye.